everybody, and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing this evening? Let me go ahead and just adjust my camera really quick because it's a little high. Maybe a little bit high. Oh, there it is. Perfect. How is everyone doing this evening? Yes, indeed. Got home early from dinner and decided to jump on early. So how is everyone going? I see Blake Hemlow is in the chat. Lily Patton's in the chat. Mikey Woods. The Senate is here as well. CAF Productions coming to you with another stream. CAF Productions. What is going on? Lando Calrissian. Oh my. What's going on, Lando? Alex McCarthy. Odin, how the good sir on this day of Saturday? Doing quite well. My boys graduated today, and so it was my official last day at work. Bittersweet times. Indeed, which we'll talk about just a little bit in the beginning. J-Roar, what's going on, bruv? Jeremy's a fake hair. Hello. 70B says, whoa, it's 9 p.m. already? I know, right? I know, right? We came on early. So that way we don't have to go too far into the night. Hologram Nunchuck, what is going on, bruv? CF Productions. Gannison, how are you been? Long time, Gannison. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much for being here as always. You are always welcome, good sir. And yeah, I've been doing quite well. Been seeing actual movies lately. I saw Aladdin, and I also saw the movie Brightburn. Aladdin was totally unnecessary, but Princess Jasmine was fantastic, and that's the one positive thing that I can totally write home about on that film. And overall, I liked Brightburn. Was it a complete ripoff of the Superman story? It just changed a couple things? Sure, but I think that it did enough original stuff within the story itself. And also, because it had that different approach to the story and a different approach to the superhero genre in general, personally, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Zippo Fanatic, what's going on, Zippo Fanatic? Rosetta Alan, what's going on? Late tonight, are we? Well, actually, I told everyone and put it on the YouTubes that it was going to be a later stream because of dinner. So I'm actually technically early because originally I was set to do a 9 p.m. Central Standard Time stream, and it's currently 8:15. So I was able to start a good 45 plus minutes early. So I'm doing quite well on time. Jagan75, I saw you in here as well. What's going on? Please don't change your name like crazy again. I would really appreciate that. The Senate says Brie Larson, the torture machine. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. Brie Larson, the extended clip from Captain Marvel of her torturing a person just because he said smile. Yeah, torturing somebody, and that is the future. That is the future of the MCU, apparently, is a non-hero, rather a villain who tortures people just because they said something that they didn't like. I don't remember any of the other heroes doing that. It's so funny because someone actually posted in the chat all of these different things that all of the different Avengers did and said, "Ugh, I can't believe that you're trying to say this is the big." Well, here's the big difference: is that all the ones that you listed were in battle, were in justified situations, were again in self-defense. This was This was Brie Larson's Captain Marvel literally torturing a human because he said smile. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade and move on with our lives for a second. CF Production says, oh dear, you saw Aladdin. I did see Aladdin, and again, I didn't like it. Again, it was definitely a movie, Aladdin that was totally unnecessary. I mean, it was a total and utter cash grab on their parts. Jafar was awful. Aladdin was bland. Will Smith tried. I'll give Will Smith this. At least he tried the darndest that he could, but still, it just... they had to auto-tune his voice. And most of what he did was talking. It wasn't even actual singing, and he still needed to have this post-processing. That's why, in my opinion, Jasmine was the best part of that entire film. Because she had a natural voice. Naomi Scott can actually sing. Look her up on YouTube and see her sing live. She has a beautiful voice. She has so much soul. She knows what she's doing, and she does a great job. She's the best actor on screen for the entire film, and so I will stand by that. Now, does that make the movie good? No, but I would say that if you like Princess Jasmine, then, or you like Naomi Scott, it might be worth seeing. It might be worth checking out at a $5 time slot. Brightburn was really good. Brightburn, I really liked. And it's one of those things where it's a film that I normally wouldn't like because I don't tend to like those gritty horror type films. But because it was just a bit more thriller than horror, I personally loved it. And I love the things and they did. And also to the visual effects, the practical effects they used for some of those deaths were just, were perfect. But yes, I saw Aladdin. I saw Aladdin indeed. Tina, huh? She did what? Oh, yeah, you didn't hear about that? I talked about that in the video today. So, yeah, basically, they released an extended version of one of the scenes from Captain Marvel where it had already been established in Captain Marvel that she meets a guy on a motorcycle who she then steals that motorcycle from, where she basically is told by him, hey, sweetie, how about a smile? Which, again, is that stereotypical toxic masculinity that we've been hearing so much about. But now in this extended scene, they go on to, like, shake hands, and she, like, crushes his hand and tortures him because of him saying smile more. Yep. That's what the MCU has now come to. Osborne says, so basically the opposite of Gary, 45 minutes early. I know, seriously, right? Totally the opposite of Gary. Gary either will be on time or he'll be incredibly late. Already got some super chats coming in. Thank you so much, guys. Entertainment Hacker, thank you very much for the super chat. Says, cheers from Tokyo. Congrats to your students. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, seriously, congratulations to all the students that graduated today. And yeah, I'm proud of them. I am. Most of them are very good kids, and I think that they've got very bright futures ahead of them. And I really do hope that they don't allow just the cesspool that college is these days, just the nonsense that goes on college campuses these days, to really, corrupt them and affect them in a way that will throw them off the path that I know that most of them have the ability to stay on. So if you're listening to this and you are a graduate, please do not let yourselves get corrupted by college nonsense, because trust me, it's going to be hard. Tech Guy, thank you for the super chat, says, going to see Brightburn tomorrow. Hope it's good. I personally liked it. I gave it a B+. I mean, so I think it's a solid film. I do think it's a solid film. John Joseph Gray the fourth, thank you very much for the super chat, says, hey Odin, how are you doing tonight? Hope all is well with you. Just want to let you know that there's a channel pit called Theme Park Review. There's a channel pit called Theme Park Review. So there's a channel called Theme Park Review, I think is what you're trying to say. So Theme Park Review, go check it out. I love me some theme parks. I really do. I'd like to be the one that actually goes to the theme parks. So I appreciate that. Holy crap, why did all that just get updated? I just got a bunch of things got updated on Patreon. All of my Patreon stuff just got, like, pushed in front of me, and I have no idea why. I was like, wait a minute, did a bunch of people just donate? Nope, that's just Patreon stuff that just popped up. And I always thank them at the end of my videos. Mike NYC donated. Thank you very much, Mike NYC, for the $1 donation. I really do appreciate that a lot. And I got my people over on DLive. What's going on, my DLive peeps? How is it going? Let's see. Rotten Trails is there. Flames1107 is there. The K-Man is there as well. The K-Man, thank you very much for the ice cream donation. I appreciate that. The K-Man also says, I'm glad to hear Brightburn was good because I wanted to see it this week. I would recommend it. It was one that I liked. Now, this is coming from someone that is not a horror film aficionado, so this is someone that is definitely blind to the various types of horror films that exist, but as a thriller, as one that kind of turns the superhero, or specifically the Superman story, on its head, about what would happen if a 12-year-old going into puberty Superman was actually evil, I think was really cool. I thought was very interesting, but also the way in which it sets this world up, they can easily continue in the world. And not even spoiling about what exactly happens, even though I think that the trailer pretty much makes clear what happens. There's a kid that they find as an alien. So again, very reminiscent of Superman, that they don't really hide that fact of it. And I think that had they hidden it, had they actually taken the time, I think, to not reveal that right away and rather let that be revealed as the story went on, I think it would have been an even better movie. But even with that early reveal of, oh, this kid is an alien. Oh, this kid is just like Clark Kent. But it's obviously not. This is not a superhero film. It's just taking that genre and is now saying, what if Kal-El, because remember, Kal-El was originally sent to Earth to what? To dominate it, right? To take over it. And so what happens is, okay, what if that actually did happen? What if he actually fulfilled the mission? I think it's interesting. I think it's extremely interesting, and that's why I personally really like it, because there are a lot of really cool things that happen. The K-Man says, the new world according to the MCU. Heroes are villains, and villains are heroes. Is the MCU the new Twilight Zone? I sure hope not, especially the newer version of the Twilight Zone, because who would want that? Honestly, who would want this new Twilight Zone nonsense? What we want are good stories. We want good stories with characters that make sense. We don't want nonsensical storytelling with really bad characters and really bad character arcs. That's not what we do. That's not what we want. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, the K-Man. AutoWorks, what's going on, AutoWorks? Great to see you again. Thank you for the lemon ice cream and diamond, always dropping all of those donations. I appreciate that very much. FF6, what's up, man? New to DLive, switched from Twitch. Well, FF6, welcome to DLive. Appreciate having you here. Appreciate having you here indeed. And welcome to the channel. and thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Flames1107 says, thinking about going to see a movie this weekend. Should it be John Wick or Brightburn? Have you seen the other John Wick films? If you've seen John Wick 1 and 2, then no question it should be John Wick 3, because John Wick 3 is fantastic. If you have not seen John Wick 1 or 2, then I would say see John Wick 1 and 2, then see John Wick 3, but also see Brightburn. Now, if you don't have time to dedicate to John Wick 1 and 2, then I would say just go see Brightburn, because you don't need any prerequisites in order to see or enjoy that film. FF6 says, I was kind of hoping Thanos would realize his mistake and become a good guy, but kind of really didn't see that happening at the same time. Yeah, FF6, you know what? My biggest problem with Thanos, especially in Endgame, is the fact that he becomes a completely different character. You know, he's very much clearly intending on trying to do something, and then all of a sudden, he becomes a different person, and I just don't think that arc is portrayed very well in the movie that was presented to us. Got another super chat here, but first off, Alex Gordon, thank you very much for subscribing over on YouTube. Appreciate that, because the subscriptions today have, of course, just like every other day the past few months, have been insane, because YouTube is unsubbing people and so many other crazy things. But Tech Guy, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, I hope you can now grow your channel, more ad live data collecting, interviewing at theaters, looking for sponsors, and more. You are a movie numbers guy we trust. Well, Tech Guy, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so now that it is finally been the last day, and so just to talk about that a little bit. So my final day at the actual school as far as work is concerned was on Friday, where I had to finalize grades. So I turned in all the stuff that I needed to turn in tech-wise, like my work computer and key cards and things like that. And then I decided I didn't have to go, but I decided I wanted to go to graduation today, because for this senior class, the class of 2019, I taught over 90% of them at some point in their life, and so I felt a strong connection to them, and I wanted to go and support them, and I wanted to pray with them, to pray for them, and it was really cool to be able to have that type of experience, and also to say goodbye to some of my coworkers, to say goodbye to some of the students, and to know that I probably won't be going back to that school ever again. I mean, just with the way that things work. I never thought that would be a thing, but you know, obviously when jobs end, that's what happens. Now, I have told my guys that are juniors this year, I'm going to do the very best that I can if my schedule can work, since I'm obviously moving to Tennessee by the end of the summer. I'm going to try and make it to their graduation next year, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But no, it was a bittersweet moment for sure, but at the same time, that sweet part of it is the fact that now, with summer starting especially, I have a little bit more time to start dedicating more to the channel as far as being able to do more movie reviews, more movie news coverage, more with the secondary channel, more live streaming. And that's actually something we're going to talk about tonight towards the very end, is what is the line stream schedule that you guys would like to see? Because obviously the night schedule is going to change a little bit over the next month because of the show that I'm in. But with not having days having to go to school, I will have my days open, and I'm thinking of doing a morning show. I'm thinking of possibly doing a daily morning show and having a movie stream morning show at some point. So those are the types of ideas that we're going to be talking about a little bit later towards the end of the show. But the first thing, of course, I wanted to say, it is the very first thing in the title of this video, is it was indeed my last official day at work. No longer am I going to be going to the campus. There's no need for me to go to the campus anymore. And so I've pretty much let this be my day where it's like, all right, I'm done. Contract technically goes until like the end of the month, but you know, technicalities, I'm done. And again, very bittersweet. I'm really am going to miss my guys. And I am, at the end of the day, still also happy that we can move on, and I can move on with this new chapter of my life. And I think that we're going to have a really good time in Tennessee. So let's see, F6, I got that one already over on DLive. But thank you for everyone that's watching over on DLive. I really do appreciate you. All right, back to my YouTube peeps. Lethal Lightning just dropped me a super chat. Lethal Lightning, thank you very much for the Aussie. $2, he says, ha 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 ha, 69 people watching. Ha ha ha. Oh, Lethal, you're so funny. Oh, you're so funny, mate. Oh, you think you're so funny. You think you're so funny, but you're not. Rosetta Allen says, well, I was AWOL with God Kids, so it's okay. At least Brightburn didn't just steal a name and tokenize it. And Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, same thing, sexist villain. Yep, absolutely. And wouldn't it be interesting if you had it reversed? If you had a male superhero torturing a female human? Oh my God, you would never hear the end of it. You would never hear the end of it. But when it's the opposite way, oh no, it's not the same thing. It's the same thing with the legal system too. Like honestly, in the news cycle, think about it. When you hear the story, woman beats up man, do you think that person's honestly going to be treated differently in the news media? I mean, obviously the court systems, you could say, are sometimes going to be a little bit more fair because they're just going to look to the law. They're not going to look to the gender of the person. But think about the news coverage. what is the news coverage going to cover more so? A man who beats a woman or a woman who beats a man? Like, let's just be honest for a second. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And it's such a double standard because it's like, no one should be being beaten by anybody. But now all of a sudden, you know, Captain Marvel, the future head of the MCU, the future leader of the Avengers, is torturing humans because of words. You said something that hurt my feelings. Mikey Wood says, did you get the new Game Station yet? Sorry, Grandmom Anna joke from last night's Geeks and Gamers stream. What is Game Station? I'm guessing that Anna did not know what any of these systems were called, and so she called it a game station, which is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. Tina says, I've heard that in the comic books, she's always torturing people and beating them up. She threw someone in Gitmo for disagreeing, beat Tony Stark to within an inch of his life. Wow, yeah, that sounds like a great person. That sounds like an excellent hero. Seriously. That sounds like an excellent hero for us to have joining, and not only joining, but also leading the MCU. That is ridiculous. Why would they want that? Oh, that's right, because of politics. Gannison says, crap, Marvel is gonna fail next phase. I honestly think so. Oh, but her maybe made $1 billion. Well, yeah, because Avengers Endgame was the film right after that, and they were telling everyone, oh my God, you have to see this film in order for the MCU to make any sense whatsoever. And oh man, we're going to make the ticket price as high as we can by averaging it out to have the most 3D showings possible and the most screens possible, other than Infinity War itself. So yeah, it was kind of guaranteed to make a lot of money when you saturate the market that much. Just saying. Let's see. Alex McCarthy says, wonder what she would do if Joker went to her and said, let's put a smile on that face. Well, she would try to do something, and then, you know, Joker would do all of us a favor and put a smile on that face. Just kidding. We do not condone violence. You see, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. She might promote violence, and not just promote violence, but actually commit violence. Not here on the Odin's Movie Vlog channel. Here in Asgard, everyone is safe. This is a safe space for all people. Orange Eye Review says, I saw and reviewed Aladdin today. That was an SJW nutfest. Naomi Scott was good, though. Yeah, I mean, there were definitely some moments that you could say had some identity politics to them. I can definitely see why you would go in that way. But overall, I think the unnecessariness of the film overshadows even that. But Naomi Scott is fantastic. Seriously, Naomi Scott is wonderful in the film. Rosetta Allen says, for the love of everything precious and holy, Disney needs to stop remaking their old movies in a crappier way. I agree, because I walked out of the theater saying, Jasmine was great, but you know what? If you had to do it this way, and I'm not saying that I wanted this, but if they had to remake this film, I would much rather them have said, this film is going to be called Jasmine, and it's going to be from her perspective, and so it's going to be a new take on the story, meaning it's just going to be the same story, but instead from her perspective, meaning that it's going to be new scenes, new lines, new content, new songs. Because guess what? They got Pasek and Paul to write the new lyrics, and holy crap, Speechless is a fantastic song. And hearing Naomi Scott sing it has been music to my ears. I've listened to that song over 10 times over the last 24 hours because she sounds great and the lyrics are good. I like the music of Pasek and Paul. They've done some really great stuff. And yeah, I mean, seriously, I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that they are continuing on. I mean, and the fact that there was already the trailer for The Lion King before Aladdin, I was just like, no, The Lion King just looks awful. It really does. Because here's the thing. No matter how realistic you make those lions look, no one wants to see a realistic lion singing. That's not what we... God. They're idiots. They are idiots. I really hope. If of all of the so-called live action remakes, so even The Lion King is mostly almost entirely CGI, so it's like a live action remake. Why? Out of all of them, though, I think Lion King is the one I want to fail the most because to me, it is just the most unnecessary, seeing that it is completely animated. There's nothing new being added to it other than them making everything look realistic and hyper-realistic at that, and that's not going to add to the story. CF Production says, you know what would be worse than telling Brie Larson to smile more? Cauliflower. John Winkler says, I'm only here for Valley Girl. Oh my gosh, John Winkler, are you serious? Do I really need to pull Valley Girl out right now? Like, you have no idea. Was that like a personal attack, John Winkler? How dare you? Tina says, oh, I hadn't watched any YouTube today. I've been binge watching English murder mysteries, and The Butler didn't do it in any of them. I don't believe that for a second. Tina, I do not believe that for a second. It is always the butler. The butler is always the one guilty. Jake75 says, so will Jasmine be the breakout character this time? Also, I think Naomi Scott's career should take off in singing since she's a great singer, like you said. I think so too. But I would actually say I don't want Naomi Scott's career to go off in singing because I don't want her to become like one of these pop stars that just goes off the deep end. Keep in mind, guys, like some of y'all know the name Ariana Grande now, right? She was not that person. She was not this like, oh my gosh, look at my, like, she, I think, is a terrible role model for women, to be perfectly honest, because she has just become, for lack of a better term, so skanky in her presentation. And I remember when she was on Broadway, when she was 14 on Broadway and had this incredible voice, when she was doing YouTube videos singing these songs and was just a really like cool person. And then she got a record deal and then she just let fame get to her head and she's a different person now. So I would rather not Naomi Scott go in that direction because unfortunately most people end up getting corrupted by it. So I would rather not see that, but I do think that this should be a defining moment for, it's sad though, that a defining moment for Naomi Scott, for any actor, is going to be in the remake to Aladdin. However, once you see her, if you actually see the scene in which she sings, technically it's part 2 of the song Speechless, you'll be like, holy crap, this woman can act. Like, holy crap, this woman is giving it her all on screen. I'm believing and buying into all of this, and it sounds beautiful. It sounds amazing. And it was that scene that just sold me completely on her as a character. And I was like, this is Jasmine. Like, this woman is now the new Jasmine, and I believe it. Everyone else, it's like, all right, Aladdin, I'm not saying the guy's a bad actor, but he doesn't really add anything to the role. Will Smith is just being Will Smith, so he's trying, but I'm sorry, so sorry. You're not ever going to be Robin Williams, and it's just impossible. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why they shouldn't have remade it in the first place. And then, of course, you have Jafar is the worst. Jafar is the worst. And I'm not trying to say anything against the guy personally that playing the character. He's just not a good fit for that role. He was too young for the role. He was too pretty, even though he's not pretty. Like, there's so many issues with it. Also, the acting. It's ridiculous, though. It really is. The Senate says, I don't want to get beat up at my high school if I tell a girl to smile. I'm terrified now. I know, seriously. Like, I mean, I can't tell someone, hey, brighten up your face, chill out. Now these words have become attacks. And that's the biggest problem with the whole Captain Marvel thing, is that what it now presents is that, oh no, if you tell a girl to smile, if you tell a girl to not show as much emotion or to show emotion, then you are looking down upon her. And so therefore you are attacking her. No, an attack is an attack. Let us be very clear. If you're attacking someone, you are trying to bring a person down. Physically, emotionally, mentally. That is what an attack actually is. Let's not try and mince words here and turn in make a smile or how about a smile into something that it's not. Because, dear Lord, that is completely ridiculous. John Winkler says, as a previous engineering major, they weren't able to corrupt me as I use science and logic. That is awesome. That is fantastic. Also, Dean Heist, thank you very much for the super chat, says, I don't understand why Disney feels like they need to remake their movies. Don't they think they got them right the first time? No, it has nothing to do with that, Dean. It's because it is a pure money grab. It's because they think they can remake it, polish it up, put a bunch of CGI and money behind it, and that people will go see it. But look at what happened with Dumbo. Dumbo was not the huge hit they thought. Aladdin is doing much better, tracking-wise, than Dumbo did opening weekend. But how much is it actually going to make? How much is it actually going to bring in? Now, I think that it probably could end up breaking even, but I really do want these films to start failing because these are becoming nothing more than cash grab opportunities for Disney. And that's why people should not support them, even when there's great performances like Naomi Scott. That's why John Wick got my support when I saw it. And yeah. Allegedly, of course, though. Allegedly. But thank you very much, Dean, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Rosetta Allen says, if this is their message for little girls on how to treat men, it's no wonder so many men are avoiding women and are not hiring them anymore. I hate where my gender is going. No, seriously. Like, if you've heard the news lately, you've seen that there are people that now refuse to work with certain women because they are afraid of backlash. And they should be. I mean, seriously, like, at this point in the current climate, they should be. And that's sad. It's really sad that what used to be or what should have been a very good thing, the whole hashtag #MeToo Time's Up movement was supposed to be and was at its core a good thing. It was about people who were actually abused, who were actually raped, who were actually being mistreated, finally speaking out. And that was good. But the problem is just like any other movement, it gets over politicized. The wrong people, the people in public, in power, in politics, in the media, in Hollywood, they take a hold of it and then they turn it into this monster to the point where now just saying, hey, how about a smile, is equivalent to, I was raped. And they might try and say, oh, no, there's no equivalency. You're just ridiculous. That's just your toxic masculinity speaking. But really think about the words that they're saying. When they say toxic masculinity, they are including everything within that moniker. And that's why I think we need to call it out. And Rosetta, I think that you're exactly right. I think that it's so sad because instead of us now having to live in fear of one another, we should just be living in harmony. Seriously, we should be living in harmony with each other. Surf Gaming says, do you think Hulk will get a solo movie in the future? Not likely, and that's just because of licensing, because if you don't know, Universal technically owns certain aspects of the right to the character of the Hulk, which is why we have not had a solo Hulk film since the one that happened in 2008, because guess what? That was actually a Universal product. So the character Hulk can be in movies with other characters. But if it comes to a solo film, they still would have to work with Universal because of the way the rights work. And some people might ask, how is that working out? Well, remember, what does Universal have? That's right. They actually have a Marvel land. They actually have a Marvel, it's Isles, the Isles of Adventure. They actually have a Marvel part to it where there's a Spider-Man ride. They've got a Hulk roller coaster too. And that's because they own certain aspects of the rights to those characters. And that's the reason why. I think that we probably won't see one anytime soon. That is, of course, until Disney buys out Universal, which is the next thing, I'm sure. The sentence says, has DLive fixed its chest problem? I deleted it, so I don't know. No, it's still where you have to build it up over time, and then I distribute it, and you're not guaranteed anything. Yeah, so it's still the same crap as it was before. Casa Hermosa, hey, Odin, good day. Good day to you, Casa Hermosa. The sentence says, have you seen Chucky, Friday the 13th, or Michael Myers? Friday the 13th and Michael Myers, yes. Chucky, only bits and pieces. Chucky scares the crap out of me. Possessed doll? Hell no. But Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, yes, I've seen Halloween, and I've seen Friday the 13th, and I like those franchises, the classics, of course. Soul Assassin says, hello, Odin, Chat, and Valkyries. How was the graduation, Odin? I went to my niece's graduation, and it was so long to do with so many kids. Well, you see, our ceremony would have been 45 minutes had we just done the graduation. But instead, the way that my school works is that they have all of this stuff that happens beforehand with the speeches, because they can't just have one valedictorian. You have to have 5, and their GPAs were all the same. It's like, I bet that there was a way you could have easily done a tiebreaker, or at least said, hey, one of you gets to speak. All 5 of them get a speech, and then there's this whole thing that every 50 years they do a special graduation for the people who graduated 50 years before. Oh my God. So it took an hour and 8 minutes just to finally get to the actual kids, and then that was over before the following hour. So yeah, it would have taken 45 minutes just to do the graduation itself, but we couldn't do that. Bad Nerd Fun, what's going on? Greta Zenner, what's going on? Gannison says, after watching John Wick, I'm waiting for Godzilla. Hey, I've already got my ticket next week, 4 p.m. Cannot wait. Or not next week, the week after. No, this week. That's right, it comes out this week. Yes, it comes out this week. Thursday. I'm seeing it Thursday at 4 p.m. in IMAX. So very excited. This says 2014 thinks is absolute garbage. He's mustache twirling villain in Endgame. Thanos is absolute garbage. I agree. I absolutely agree. Thanos' character, he was ruined in Endgame. It was really sad. Sentence says, you're out of school already? I'm still doing finals to present to my class next week. Yeah, I mean, everyone's on different schedules. I know there's certain schools that go all the way till the end of May. Some go even into June. So yeah, we just finished up. Our seniors just graduated. Castro Mosa says that Captain Marvel deleted scene was cringe as hell. Assaulting a man, stealing his stuff and clothes, and causing almost a car accident is acceptable for them. So disappointed. I know, seriously. And they're going to look at it saying, oh, look how much of a badass she is, right? We just totally ripped off Terminator 2. We completely ripped off Terminator 2, by the way. And yeah, they think it's like, oh, look how great she is. No, she just tortured an innocent person, and she's supposed to be a hero. Because some people mention that saying, oh, but it was okay when Terminator did it. He's a Terminator. He's not supposed to be a good moral person. Like, she's supposed to be a good person. She's supposed to be a hero. No. Short-term Gaming says, since the Spider-Man trilogy was bought by Sony, can Hulk get the same with Universal? At some point, potentially, but also keep this in mind that Spider-Man trilogy, that was a deal. So Spider-Man is still owned by Sony. They just worked in conjunction with Marvel. Now, could Hulk and Universal, they work out a deal? It could happen, but my guess is that Universal is going to ask for a lot more than that. So Mad Mitch says, your school is losing a great asset. Well, thank you, Mad Mitch. I really do appreciate that, man. I really do. Bad Nerd Fun says, I got new vids out. Your last video was inspiring. Well, thank you very much, Bad Nerd Fun. Go check out Bad Nerd Fun. Castro Hermosa says, planning to teach again after this. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I am moving on to teach at a school in Tennessee at the end of the summer. We're going to be moving, and so we are moving on to another school, and we're also moving locations. The sentence says, Thor was hit on in Thor film. Why didn't he lash out? It's not fair. I know. Seriously, right? Like, he was being... When the male characters are objectified, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Female, oh no, toxic masculinity. Nah. Okay, well then treat it both ways. If you're going to go after it, you have to be fair both ways. If you're not going to be fair both ways, then shut the hell up. And that's quoting one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Rosetta Allen says, women get away with assault, molestation, domestic abuse, and more constantly. It's inexcusable how men are treated or as unimportant. Here's a fun fact, Rosetta Allen. And I'm sure that maybe you've seen this in your local news, but it's especially more common here in New Orleans, especially more common here in Louisiana. So whenever there's a case when there is a woman, a teacher, a high school teacher, who is a little bit younger in their 30s, who gets caught sleeping with a student, everyone's reaction is, oh yeah, great job, kid. You flip that around and it's the male teacher with a female student. It's like, oh my God, that man needs to go to jail forever. It is interesting how there is this like total separate mindset and thinking behind it. But it really does just come down to the fact that one is treated more so than the other. But people in this position in Hollywood especially, they only want to focus on one direction. And they don't want things. They don't want true equality. They don't. They want to turn everything on its head because in their minds it's all a part of the patriarchal system, and so the entire system needs to be thrown apart in order for anything good to come about. And they just ignore the fact that they're being complete and utter hypocrites in the process. And that's what we're dealing with right now in Hollywood. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. John Early says, unless the man is a cop, the woman who beats the man doesn't get any consequences whatsoever. As Riley says, Captain Marvel is lucky that dude wasn't a member of Sam Crow, and now I need Sons of Anarchy Marvel crossover. Yeah, could you imagine if he was a member of Sons of Anarchy? Now, that would be an interesting one. That would be an interesting one, to say the least. To say the least. All right. I'm catching up with the YouTubes. Let me just try and find the place that I just left off because I fell behind on YouTube way more than what I should have been. There we go. All right, guys. I did not forget my D-Live people. Don't worry if I mind people watching on D-Live. I appreciate it. FF6 says, I had a great job in e-commerce about a year. Got laid off. Feel the same. Love the job. What can you do? All you can do is move on, man. Kim Park, thank you very much. Hello. FF6 says, didn't John Wick 3 beat Endgame in box office sales just for its weekend? I mean, Endgame had been out 4 weeks. It was his opening weekend, so Endgame was bound to lose that number one spot at one point. Flames1107 says, you can't have Scar without Jeremy Irons. Oh my God, yes. Yep. And again, as much as I love Chiwetel Ejiofor, who's doing the voice of Scar, he is an awesome actor. It's not Scar. It's not Scar. The K-Man says, Disney not stopping anytime soon about live action. I heard they will be doing a live action Little Mermaid starting next year. Yeah, they've already announced Little Mermaid, Mulan. I think there's also talks of another live action 101 Dalmatians or something like that. So they are not stopping. They are continuing to make them. You want to know why? Because people keep buying the tickets to see them. There has not been a verifiable flop when it comes to their live action remakes yet. And that's why the audiences need to stop, especially guys. If you really want to support these films, if you really want to see these films remade, wait until November. Wait until the Disney Plus streaming service goes up, and then you can pay $7 a month and watch all of them for $7 a month. Again, not to promote Disney here, but I'm just going to be honest. Don't waste your money at the box office supporting these crappy remakes that are total cash grabs, and instead expect more from them, especially since you'll just have direct access to it if you get the network anyway. Like, let's just be honest here for a second. FF6 says Seth Rogen as the genie. Oh God, could you imagine Seth Rogen as the genie? Brad Beer Hunter, what's going on? Brad says, I don't think movie night on D-Live will be a problem. Guy is streaming Endgame right now. Yeah, I don't think that it will be either. So I think that during the week, if we do end up voting for a movie, it'll actually probably be exclusive to D-Live. And I'm not going to show the actual video itself, but I'll play the audio so that way everyone can follow along that way. Because I don't want to push the bounds too much when it comes to copyright, because I don't want to be, sued or anything like that. But I think I can get away if I'm saying, oh no, I'm making commentary, and they're not going to come after me. The worst thing, what do they do? Take down my D-Live channel? D-Live's already screwing things up in the first place, so God forbid that happen. Lecha Dan, what's going on? Lecha Dan, hello. And guys, remember, over on D-Live, please, if you want to ask me a question or have me read one of your comments, just put @Odin at the very beginning of your comment, and I will appreciate that very much. So thank you. All right, heading back over to my YouTube peeps. Let's see, did I get this one yet? I don't think so. Tech Guy, thank you very much for the super chat, says, do you think there is collusion to destroy our popular entertainment franchises? There's a pattern in social engineering for purposes. I don't know. I don't like to dive down the conspiracy theory rabbit holes. Do I think that it's possible that there could be collusion? Sure, anything's possible. Do I think that's what's actually happening? No. I think what's actually happening is a bunch of studio execs are like, hey, we're out of ideas. What can we do? Oh, wait a minute. Everyone used to love these movies. How about we remake them? How about we reestablish them? Because then guess what? We don't have to really write anything new or different. So we can save money on all of these things, and then we can just make a bank load of money. Let's do it. No. It's like, God, it's so ridiculous. It really is. It certainly is. Let's see. All right, I got Alex McCarthy's already. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Gas Hermosa says, Anna, that Star Wars girl. Yeah, I knew that's what you were talking about. Stan says, Carl Manvers will be a failure. Like her comics, she gets a new number one issue every year. It's hilarious every time she gets a new number one. I celebrate. No, seriously. She's been rebooted several times. 8, 9 times in the last 4 years? Her comic isn't selling. Nobody wants her comic, and yet they keep her on. And why? Because of agenda. Because that is what they want. And that is what they'll do in the movies. If Captain Marvel 2 were to bomb, theoretically speaking, they would still make it. Let's say that it did Last Jedi, or rather not Last Jedi. Let's say that it did Solo, a Star Wars story bad. Let's say that it lost $200 million at the box office. They would still push for another movie. Why? Because of the agenda. They don't care about losing money. They care more about pushing the agenda. However, that's why they're making these live-action remakes, because in their minds, they think, oh, we can continue to trick people to think, oh, I'm going to see Aladdin. And then if they want to put social engineering into it, they can. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And Cinderella, they really didn't do. I mean, Cinderella, to me, was actually one of the most, I would say, faithful adaptations that they've done. Jungle Book, I would say, was pretty good, too. Beauty and the Beast was total hot garbage. God, Beauty and the Beast was awful. The CGI for that especially was awful. But yeah, no, I think that you're absolutely right. The comics are failing. The movies are going to start failing too, especially if they continue to push this direction. Rosetta Allen says, they attack on a biker and using a biker as sexist ticks me off. Bikers do talk like that. They also are incredible to women and honorable to the max. Sturgis girl rant. Rosetta Allen is feeling very passionate. No, I think that it's ridiculous that they have now taken this concept of toxic masculinity and have now applied it to all men. And specifically, in this case, they say, oh my God, a man on a motorcycle with a leather jacket. Oh, that's about as toxic as you can get. Of course that guy would say smile. Oh my God, what a hateful person. He deserves to be tortured. No person deserves to be tortured, let alone for just saying smile. Let's put a smile on that face. Gastromosa says, Anna, that Star Wars girl, nailed it about Captain Marvel being a villain to that poor guy hitting on her. Yep, I would say that is correct. She is a villain. She really is. Gannison says, gotta go, duty calls. I'm glad you're doing well. Well, Gannison, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Zine Waters, thank you very much for teaching them how it works. CF Production says, but I was going to Tosh Station, Tashi Station to pick up some sorry converter. Zine Waters says, Mulan is supposed to be starkly different than the animated version. Yeah, and I've heard some of the changes that they want to do, and I think that they are really bad. Mulan was revolutionary for its time. Mulan is about a strong female character overcoming the society that she lived in. And from what I've been told, or at least what I've read about what they want to do with the story, they're going to make it completely unrealistic. They are going to push it so far to the wokeness that it's just not going to be believable. We're going to think to ourselves, this would never be happening. This would never work. In this society, it's already enough. That's why it's a cartoon. That's why we have it as a cartoon, because it's already hard enough to have this happen in real life. But no, seriously, they're going to push it in a direction, and it's going to be so bad. And people are going to say, why? Why would you take Mulan, which to me is actually it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite animated movies, mostly because I love the soundtrack. I mean, anything that Lea Salonga sings in, for those that don't know, she was the singing voice for Jasmine in the original animated series, and also did a lot of stuff on Broadway. Beautiful singer, beautiful voice. I mean, I'm sorry. So sorry. How could you possibly say that, oh, yeah, we can replace her. We can replace her with someone better. No, stop it. Rosetta Allen says, is it even humanly possible for Aladdin to suck as bad as they bastardized Beauty and the Beast? You see, that's the thing. I think Aladdin is significantly better than Beauty and the Beast was. Hands down. But the main reason why is because of Jasmine. Jasmine is what makes that movie bearable. Rogue Baron, what's going on? Rogue Baron says, just got out of digging my car out of a ditch for 3 hours. Missed my sister's college graduation party. How's your day? Rogue Baron, better than yours, but man, oh man, I'm so sorry. So very sorry indeed to hear that. That is awful. Glad that you are here now, though. I'm glad that you got out of glad that you got out of that ditch, man. Let's see. Rosetta Allen says Hollywood turns women skanky, especially if they grow up in it. It's horrible what it does to them. Pray for every little girl in Hollywood. No, seriously, it does. And it's because of the system they have in place. And it's a system that they don't want to change. It's amazing how all of these Time's Up Me Too people are silent about which producers, which directors, which powerful men in Hollywood have done stuff. You know, for example, you know that people like Meryl Streep have names. You know Meryl Streep knows every dirty secret there is because of just how powerful she is in Hollywood. And yet she won't say a word. She will not say a word. She will not expose a single person. And that's why the most powerful, they will not say a single name, even though they probably got plenty. And the reason why is because they know if the system around them crumbles, they crumble with it. They are a part of it too. And man, oh man, they do not want that to happen. Sia Production says, my cauliflower joke was a reference to Alexandria Ocasio, AOC, I'm going to call her, saying cauliflower represents colonial dominance in urban gardens. Are you kidding me? Cauliflower is now colonial appropriation? Great. Fantastic. Alan Sparks says, don't you live in Baton Rouge? I do not. I think I passed your AMC twice last weekend on I-10, driving back and forth to Houston. No, I live in New Orleans. I live in NOLA. The Senate says, you hear the news that Marvel's looking for a way to introduce Deadpool. Think he should be staying? Well, crap, I'm in the Disney fam now and have him curse, but he gets censored every single time. I think that bringing him in would at least be funny. I hope they do it right. I hope they don't destroy his character. It would be fantastic if they didn't. Blake Hemlow says, I'm currently writing a screenplay. I thought you were currently working on a animated series, Blake. I think you should finish one project before moving on to another. Orange Eye Review says, CM, the Captain Marvel deleted scene has set a very dangerous precedent. Violence for no reason against men is only going to lead to more problems in the future. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Snowdub Music and Entertainment. I stopped by your channel last night. Shout out to Snowdub Music Entertainment. They got the bluest host in the business, and he's fuzzy, and he's got a mustache, and it's awesome. It is so cool. Cash Ramosa says, Brie Larson is one scary, yep, she is. She is very scary indeed. The power that she holds, too. How does she have so much power? She only became relevant within the last 5 years. Sia Production says, it's no wonder why Chris Hemsworth, Don Cheadle, and Jeremy Renner look so uncomfortable in their interviews with Brie Larson. I'm sure there's a lot of other factors too, but I would say that probably doesn't help. Gas Ramosa says, I want John Wick to shoot Captain Marvel in the face when he approaches her to smile. Well, hey, let's not. I mean, if you mean the characters, I mean, well, yeah. See, Orange Hat Review says, Me Too has been perverted and mutilated because false claims have become almost a norm. False claims are a personal area for me. I advocate for those who have been falsely accused. Yeah, Orange Hat, I'm right there with you. You know, and I think that we need to be balanced, though. We cannot go to either extreme. We cannot go on the one extreme, the hashtag MeToo Time's Up, that say, oh, we have to believe all women. That's a terrible moniker. Believe all women. And then they don't even follow that. Because if it's a woman of a certain political ideology and they're accusing someone of a certain political ideology, they don't believe that woman. Oh, no. Then they ask questions. But when it's flipped around, oh, believe all women. That's a terrible moniker. No. Instead, it's listen to all people, men and women. Yes, listen to all people. Here are the facts of the case. If there is evidence, bring the evidence forward and bring it to court. I mean, how is this hard to understand? Now, I can admit that there are people in positions of power that are going to be able to try and stifle true stories from coming out. And I think that we do need to rethink our system when it comes to those rare cases. But man, oh man, we cannot go to either one of those extremes. But seriously, the whole believe all, no, believe, no, don't just believe. Hear, listen to what people have to say, sort out the facts, sort out the fiction, and then make a decision. That used to be how we used to make decisions in this world, is you would hear the information, you would cipher out the information, you would test your hypothesis. The scientific method, people. You would make a hypothesis, you would test it, you would see if it works, you would see if it stands to reason, and if it doesn't, well, then it must not be true. And if it does, then you continue to test it, right? You continue to test it until it is without a doubt, without any hesitation. But no, we've fallen so far away from that, and it's so ridiculous. Surf Gaming says, can you imagine Alita and John Wick crossover since they are both assassins? Yeah, that would be great. Rogue Baron says, can I get an update on what's going on? Haven't been here since early this year, but school is over with, so I'm back. Well, Rogue Baron, thank you very much for coming back, man. So my time at my school has ended. So today was their graduation, so I'm done with my school, officially done with it. And I don't start with my new school until obviously next semester, so July. And up until then, I'm going to have the summer off. It's going to be the first year I'm not doing summer camp, mostly because I want to make sure that I'm available if I need to be around to show the house or to clean the house or to do anything with the house, because obviously we're trying to sell the house. That has not happened yet. We're hoping that Monday when the market goes live, we'll be able to kind of get some, sorry about that, to get some more hits on that and to get everything sold and everything. But yeah, by the end of July, we'll be up in Tennessee and be starting a new life's journey at a new teaching job over there. So that's the update. CA Production says, come on, Universal, make another Hulk, make another Hulk, make another Hulk. No, what do you mean? No, I'll screw you, big green a-hole. Rogue Baron says, hey, just got out of digging my car. Got that one already, Rogue Baron. Sen says, Chucky is more funny than scary, but that's just my subjective opinion. And again, I respect your opinion. I think that opinion is a fine one. It is a perfectly fine and valid opinion for you to have, my friend. It is a perfectly fine opinion for you to have. It is so very good indeed. Oh, man, there's so many chats. There is so many chats. All right, so let's pause there on the YouTubes and over to my D-Live people. Hello, D-Live people. I love you guys. Don't worry. Not seeing any at Odin's, though, so I'm assuming everyone's okay. Laura's story, though, I see you in there. It says, it's a two movie Saturday, TTYL. Oh, we'll enjoy that, Laura. Let me know your thoughts. I thought you said that you were going to see Aladdin, so let me know what your thoughts on Aladdin were. Appreciate that very much. Peabody's over there as well. What's going on, Peabody? How is it going? K-Man says, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin said it best. DNA, don't trust anybody. Damn right. Peabody says, sorry I'm late. The schedule was for 10 p.m. my time. I started early, so you were on time. I mean, depends on what you define as good. As far as what you are missing, you can always watch these things back, and I do upload these as podcasts later on too. Alex McCarthy over on YouTube says, Y2J, baby! Yes, indeed, you got it. Alex McCarthy gets me. You get me, man. When no one else does. Zine Waters says, I've known many teenage girls who were just as smitten with handsome teachers as boys who had the hots for a later teacher, and yet one is treated one way while the other is treated another. Nostalgia Network says, do you think this entertainment pandering to SJW era will ever end? Well, all things usually come to an end, and I think Gary said this best, that these types of things tend to go in cycles. But yeah, I don't know. I think that people like us on YouTube and new content creators are going to be the future, to be honest. I think that creating new content, trying to keep things grounded in reality, calling out the crap as we see it, that eventually people are going to be so tired of just the same old nonsense that they're going to eventually say, all right, I'm going to turn off the channel. Or, oh, all right, I'm going to stay home and not watch this movie and not buy this service. And maybe eventually money will talk. New systems will be built and created. That'd be awesome. I would love for a new system to be created. I would love for new YouTube to be created. Because, God, you know I have my issues with YouTube. Sierra Production says, equality means equality. It's not a secret code for special treatment. No, it's not. Again, it means that you are both of equal value, but different. Different. Separate but equal. Meaning that we are of different character. It means that we are of different, background. Meaning that we have been raised differently. Meaning we have different interests. We have different drives, different desires. But we need to be treated equally under the law. That's it. Simple as that. But for some reason, it's complicated. The Senate says, the MCU is dead, so I'm quoting Peter Griffin. Who the hell cares? Yeah. Rosetta Allen says, yes, women rarely even get on the sex offenders list. I know a lot of guys abused and raped as children from women they trusted. It truly angers me. Stories I can share here. Yeah, I mean, seriously. And it's interesting because people will laugh at those stories. They'll say, why are you complaining? And that's just the sick state of our current culture, is that becomes a joke to say, oh, I was raped by a woman. Oh, that's a joke, or it's not taken seriously, or it's just, kind of just brushed off to the side. And it's like, no. Let's just be honest here. These things can happen both ways. Like, let's just, again, stay grounded in reality. Damajanai, thank you very much for the super chat, says, using a biker pisses me off. I ride. No one does that. Thank you, Damajanai. Appreciate it. So Damajanai is a biker speaking up for fellow bikers, and he says that bikers do not do that crap of telling women randomly, oh, how about a smile? Like, yeah, seriously. No one, not even just bikers, no one does that. And if you do, you're an ass. I mean, in all honesty, if you're doing it in the way that's presented in film, that is. Because telling someone to smile is not, I don't think, like, seriously. And anyone that says, oh, you're just toxic masculinity, so you don't see the problem with it. No. If I think that you should smile more because you don't, that's just an opinion. That's just like my opinion, man. If you don't like my opinion, then you can move on. You can get to stepping. Zinewater says, also, when it comes to Me Too, I just watched The Mummy and it reminded me how Brandon Fraser was assaulted and got cut out of Hollywood. Yeah, not lots of talks about him these days. However, he's been doing a great job over on Doom Patrol. I actually, the more I think about Doom Patrol, the more I like it. There are definitely parts that I don't like, but overall, Doom Patrol is a pretty good show. A new episode, I think, came out tonight, so I'll have to catch that at some point. Sen says, normies are idiots. Stop doing live action films, you dumbasses. Yep. Please stop. Please stop. Rosetta Allen says, plus all the idiots running those studios are graduating the same stupid biased schools. Yes, and they're the same ones who are giving grants and giving millions upon millions into our higher education system, which is a complete joke, which is teaching things and skills that do not matter. You want to know why kids come out of college $40,000, $50,000 in debt? Because, one, they make and take out loans they don't understand. I was one of those guys. I'm still paying off those loans because I didn't know any better. I was 18. Oh, free money? What am I going to do? So you've got that factor to it too. But now it's even worse because now you have people that are pursuing complete garbage degrees in things like gender studies. Oh, you can't say that. That's mean. That's hateful. You're trying to deny my existence. No, I'm acknowledging your existence. I'm just acknowledging that you're a dumbass for pursuing that as a degree. Because then when you don't get a job because no one wants to hire you and the only jobs you can get are these nonprofits that don't pay anything, and then you want us to pay for your healthcare, and then you want us to pay for all the other nonsense you want, and I say, hell no, you should have done better and you should have chosen a major that would have actually meant something. Oh yeah. Then we can have a conversation. Sorry, I get worked up with that kind of stuff, man. I get worked up. The Sense says, Disney Hollywood possible collusion? I mean, I think they all work together in some way. Obviously, there's competition, but they all work together in some way. Castro Mosa says, Jeff Fowler had my respect because of delaying Sonic the Hedgehog movie. He embraced the criticism of the backlash of fans. Lucasfilm should take notes. I agree. For those that don't know, the director of Sonic the Hedgehog film, Jeff Fowler, he has announced that February 20th of 2020 is the new release date for Sonic because he heard the fans' criticism and he says, we're going to make this better. We have much more work to do. And guess what? He's going to do it. And does that mean that I'm going to love the film? Does that mean that I'm going to go out of my way to support it? Not necessarily. But it means that I'm 75% more likely to see it in the future because I'm going to be like, oh, wait, that's that dude. That's the dude that actually listened to the fans. Hey, I'll go support him. It might not be good, but hey, I'll go support the film. I'll pay to see that movie, even if it's bad. I'll go see that opening night. In fact, you know what? Yeah, remind me of that when it comes out next year. I'll go see it opening night. Gas Hermosa says, Jeff, okay, got that one already. Serpterm Gaming says, thank God Alita isn't bought by Disney. Well, yes and no, because Disney owns the distribution rights to the Alita films that have already been made, and Disney is already working hand in hand with James Cameron on his Avatar films, so technically they may not own the IP, but they own a lot of the rights as far as distribution for Alita Battle Angel. Just saying. So if you go to see Alita 2, if they make an Alita 2, which it seems because of Disney being Disney, they're more likely to try and make it into a series, which I think would be a terrible idea for the show because you need to have a lot of money in order to have the image that you need in order to do justice to that story. So I think that is what's going to end up happening, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a Disney property. Like, if for any reason they were able to actually do a movie, which would be awesome if they did a sequel, it would be a Disney property. So Disney would be getting money from that. So it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Zangwater says, pushing losing shows. It's just like 30 Rock. It got bad ratings but stayed on for years. Yeah, great point. It's a great point indeed. Blake Hemlow says, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is kind of woke, but overall it's a good movie. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is a terrible film, and I'll tell you why. It gives a terrible message, especially to young girls. It gives a terrible message to young girls. Because what that message is that it doesn't matter if anyone relies on you. It doesn't matter if anyone might need you. It doesn't matter if the choice that you make might end up destroying the lives of others. As long as it's what you want to do, as long as it's what your passion is, you should pursue it. That was the message of the film. Because Vanellope is given a choice, and she picks herself. Not knowing what's going to happen to those who are relying on her. Not knowing what's going to happen to the people she's leaving behind. And you know what that is? That is third wave feminism to a T. That was the 1960s to a T. When women started to leave their families. It was the new progressive thing to do. They were liberating themselves from the shackles of patriarchal marriage while also abandoning their kids. That was the message being pushed in Wreck-It Ralph 2. So no, I cannot defend Wreck-It Ralph 2 in any sense of the word because that messaging was awful for any kid. And all I can say is that when I have kids eventually, there's one film that they will never watch, ever. And that's Wreck-It Ralph 2. Especially if I have a daughter, hell no. Because the last thing I want is my daughter being given that garbage tier message of, yeah, you can leave everyone behind if it's for you. You can abandon everyone that relies on you. Yeah, just do it for yourself. God. Seriously, the 1960s pushed so much as far as just being so full of yourself and as just being so self-centered. It's disgusting. Rosetta Allen says, I grew up around bikers and no one has a greater respect to women and girls. They will literally knock someone out for disrespecting a woman. And yet, you know what? That is now seen as toxic masculinity, Rosetta. Defending a woman's honor. Oh, why? Women's honor. The women's honor does not need defending. Oh, the woman can do it herself. That's what they say. And it's stupid. It is ridiculous. Random Note of Doom, what's going on? Tina says, Mulan from the reviews was already bad in Mulan 2, the Disney sequel. YouTube critics said she was nothing like she was in the original movie. They made her a biatch. Yeah, seriously. I never even saw Mulan 2 because there's no need for, there's no need for use of sequels. There's none. John Early says, the people who caused 9/11 probably didn't deserve to be tortured either, but according to the film Zero Dark 30, it did happen under the George W. Well, I mean, again, we're talking about movie logic here. I'm not going to bring in that's a discussion for another channel for another day. Cash Hermosa says, even if I won't see Aladdin, I've listened to the song Speechless. I was mesmerized. Also, what are your favorite songs by Lea Salonga? Reflection by Lea Salonga is probably my favorite because she sings that song so damn well. And yes, Speechless, I have heard so many times and it's so good. Rosetta Allen says, one project at a time. WTF, do you know how we artists work? ADD as all get out. Hop, hop, hop. Hey, I have ADD too. I understand, Rosetta. I was speaking to him because I know where his current project is. Random Dude says, according to Tim Pool, the left is losing. Knock on wood, that our luck keeps up. It's going to be a constant back and forth. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a constant back and forth. All right. I have not forgotten the D-Live people. Don't worry. I just I'm gonna wait until the chat jumps on me on YouTube, catch up with it, and then jump back over to my D-Live people. So get ready, D-Live people. And remember, if you have a question or want me to answer anything, make sure you put @Odin at the beginning of your statement, so that way I know that you're reaching out to me. And please think about donating lemons and such. 16 people watching on D-Live. What's going on, D-Live peeps? How is it going? Welcome to the show. Streaming to D-Live and to YouTube at the same time. So first off, we got a YouTube question. Blake Henlo says, yeah, I know I'm working on my own animated series, but I always dreamed of making my own screenplay, and it's nice to take a break from said animated series every once in a while. Well, Blake, also, because I know that you have a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe for your animated series, but I don't see any actual artwork for it. So I would say try getting artwork for your animated series, because it's hard to promote something when you don't have anything to present. So I would say work on that. Work on actually being able to present something, because then people like me and others can actually, try and get people to actually go over there, because I've been over to your GoFundMe, but then I was like, I don't know what I would be supporting, because there's no images, there's no graphics, there's nothing. Rosetta Allen says, the people who cry Me Too falsely are like the people who throw racist around falsely. They truly, truly hurt real victims and are beneath contempt. Same as women pretending to be native. Yep. Random Doom says, Brie Larson is part Canadian. I'm sorry on behalf of all my countrymen for spawning her into the world. Don't feel too bad. There are worse people in the world. So many worse things that could happen. Gosh, YouTube is crazy tonight. There's not even that many people in here, to be honest, compared to what it normally is. I don't know why. Why is it so backed up? Why are y'all just dropping bombs tonight? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, now I'm caught up there. All right, D-Line people. Peabody says Odin. All right, what's up? There was no comment after that. You don't just put Odin. Put something after it. All right, there we go, Peabody. Peabody says, want to hear more great news. Defense Force just released an instruction report. All women in the Defense Forces should be treated as Xena warrior princess. Oh, isn't that great? Peabody, thank you for the lemon, man. I appreciate it. Laura says, I haven't seen John Wick 1 and 2. Will I be able to follow the story? My theater neighbor, Kay. California. I guess you could follow the story. I think, though, if you're going to enjoy it the most, you should see 1 and 2. See both. Brad, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, watch. Oh, Laura, sorry, no, Laura, sorry. Laura, leave the theater. Go watch John Wick 1 and 2 first. Go do it. You will not be disappointed. See John Wick 1 and 2 first, and then see John Wick 3. You'll appreciate it so much more. Peabody says, I am serious. It is a real thing. Like, they actually have the words Xena Warrior Princess in the bill? Because if so, good God, what in the hell is the world coming to these days? I can't wait to hear your response, Peabody, when I get back to y'all. All right, back over to my YouTube peeps. Random Nerd says, my mom thinks that I'm a Trump supporter because of all I said. The American economy is doing very well and praising him when he did good. Am I wrong to praise Trump when he does some good? Not going to really talk about that as much on this channel, but I would say if things are going well, great. If things aren't going well, not so great. Cia Production says, believe all women, but yet when a woman accuses Joe Biden of sexual harassment, now we have to question it. So I guess as long as you're a Democrat, you'll be off the hook. That's pretty much where it's going. Tech Guy says, are you buying a house up there or renting? Buy a house means you'll be there a while. No, the goal is for us to stay. That's why we took some time to think about it and took some time to reflect. That the goal is for that to be like the place, to be the home, to be the place that we stay. So we're looking to buy. But obviously it depends on selling and how much we sell for and all these other factors that go into it. So yeah. We have not fully decided on that yet because there's a lot of other things that have to happen. Rogue Baron says, you're probably not going to see this, but you're behind or swapping with this D-Live thing. Sorry, I had a couple of repeats. It's okay, Rogue Baron. I'm always behind. It always happens. Alex McCarthy says, definitely need a WWF WWE stream one of these days. Maybe over on the secondary channel, especially since I'll have more time for it now. Random Nerd Doom says, I think EVS hates me. He never reads my comments on his live streams. Well, he only reads super chats. His streams are so crazy that he only reads super chats. So are you reading if you're sending super chats to him, then he should be reading them. If you're just putting comments, then I'm not surprised that he doesn't read them because his chats are insane. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm one of the few people that actually tries to read every single chat that I possibly can. And that's why I have this system set in place the way that I do. Rosetta Allen says, I worked as a carpenter as the only female for years. The jokes both the guys and I told each other in shop. These girls would cry. Yep. Alex Martinez, what's going on, bro? Tina says, considering the number of fake rape cases I worked, I'm thankful most of them never went to trial because these liars get caught in their lies, and we had excellent detectives. And Tina would know. Tina's worked with law enforcement before, so I'm glad to know that, again, Tina, who is, oh my God, guys, she's a woman. Did you know? Not like it matters, because all that matters is that she's a good person and that she knows her stuff, because she does. She knows her stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think that's ridiculous. And also, too, it's a slap in the face. Anyone that does that is slapping in the face people who are actual victims. Because here's the other thing, too. We cannot become so jaded that we forget that there are actual victims who are actually being, whose lives are being destroyed by the acts of hateful people. And those people get undermined when these idiots, these asshats, lie and try and, like Mattress Girl. Remember how she became a national story because she was carrying her mattress around because she claimed to have been raped and she did not feel safe in her environment. And then it was proven that she didn't actually get raped. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not just them too. It's the media. The media needs to stop giving attention to these stories and stop taking sides. It's not the media's job to play the jury. It's the media's job to cover stories that need to be covered. Let the courts decide whether someone is guilty or innocent. Seriously, think back to some of the biggest cases. Duke Lacrosse. If you go to certain people and you ask them, hey, do you remember that Duke Lacrosse case? Many of them will come out and say, oh yeah, weren't they guilty of raping? And then you find out, oh, they were acquitted. Yeah, you didn't find out the end of it. You want to know why? Because the media jumped all over and said, oh my God, these guys did all these great, terrible things. They got all their panels together, 24-hour news cycle. They were just like, these people are evil. These kids are evil. Their lives should be destroyed. And then the trial found out actually they were innocent. And then the media's just like, well, I mean, we were wrong, but we're not going to say anything about it. It's like those retractions. It's like those headlines that are completely wrong, those stories that are completely wrong, and then they'll put a retraction in, but the retraction's on page 13. And here's the problem, though, is that these same people are the ones that put out that tweet, and that tweet gets out, 50,000 retweets, but then it's actually wrong information, and then they do a correction, and it's like really small, and that one gets no traction. And so the lie has now been perpetuated and has now been passed on, and now people are actually believing the lie. And that's why I say don't buy into any of the mainstream. It doesn't matter what side they're on. Whether it's a Fox News, MSNBC, I don't care. Don't buy into their garbage. If you are unsure, if there's a story that interests you, do your own research. Find out all the facts of the case before making your own decision, because the media is always going to try and spin you something because they want your attention, because they want your ratings. That's it. Fandom Manice says, hey, hello, how are you doing today? I got it right for once. You did, Fandom. Welcome back. Random says, should I build a robot girlfriend since talking to women is so dangerous these days? Plus, robots are friendlier than most humans. No, man. Build a robot for sure. Build a robot for sure. Blake Elmo says, I took a degree that was worth getting, which is business administration professional. Nice, dude. That is definitely a better degree than the ones I was talking about. Phantom Anise says, I have heard we are like 30th in the world in education in the world. Yeah, but that's for a lot of various reasons, I would say. Castro Mosa says, what's the in-demand college degrees there? What's the in-demand college degrees there in America? So the ones that are almost guaranteed jobs, engineers. If you get a degree in engineering, you have a very high chance of being hired right away. But to be honest, skilled workers. And it's something that no people, like, we have a lot of jobs in this country, but no one wants to work them because they're going to require a lot of work and effort. And so people are like saying, oh, there's nothing that I can do. There's no jobs, but there are jobs. They're just the jobs that they don't want to do. And I understand that you should do what makes you happy, but I mean, let's just be honest here. So yeah, but as far as jobs, as far as in demand jobs that usually will get a person a job right away, engineering. In most circumstances, engineering. Suicide Grunt says Brie Larson should be replaced. Though to be honest, I don't care about the franchise at this point. She's not going to be replaced. No, they're way past that point. Sunny B says Taika Waititi is directing a live-action Akira. Thoughts? I love Taika Waititi. I still need to see Akira. Bruce, I have not forgotten, man. I swear. By the way, I'm going to give some shout-outs in a second because I said I was going to give shout-outs like 2 live streams ago and never did because I keep falling behind on everything. Sen says, well, video game movies suck, so Sonic won't be different. Yeah, probably not, but at least I can respect it for what it is. Rosetta Allen says, Disney is the dark side Imperial Force combined with the Borg. Resistance is futile. That's scary. The Sen says, I never saw Wreck-It Ralph 2 because the trailer looked absolute garbage. Don't see it. Don't give that movie any attention. It's awful. Tina says, Wreck-It Ralph 2 sounds like it's a bit late on their supposed message. Homer Simpson's mom left him as a little boy because she wanted to become a hippie in the 60s. Yep. And that's the message that it was pushing in 2018 was when it came out. Yep. Random Nerd says, I see men and women are equals in their own way. No one should own anyone, and we should think that Spartans and somehow men and women that kick ass. What? Sorry, what? That was going somewhere. Rosetta Allen says, I think it is no shock I stand with strong men with honor over this anti-male bashing. There is nothing wrong with a good man and sometimes someone standing for women. I agree. Fandom, and he says, I can tell you the better fan fiction if you want to. What? Sen says, thoughts on Wreck-It Ralph 1? I like it. Wreck-It Ralph 1 is good. I like Wreck-It Ralph 1. There's no problems with Wreck-It Ralph 1. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is the one that goes off the deep end. It goes off the deep end. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. Where are we? Where were we in the chat? Where were we? I'm making some headway in the chat. All right. Heading back over to my D-Live peeps. D-Live peeps. So people, I said that it was a serious thing. They said, yep. Oh my gosh. So I'm guessing this is Australia. In the language of this bill, they have that women need to be treated like Xena Warrior Princess. That is ridiculous. Brad Beers Hunter says, a favorite candles for a bubble bath. Pumpkin spice. Always pumpkin spice. Delicious. Darkstar57, thank you for the ice cream, man. I appreciate it. Mr. PY says, a big thing on news this morning, how much money they spent on report Xena Warrior Princess is in it. Holy crap, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. PY also says, must only be Australia, your women would have to be treated like Captain Marvel. Good God. If they put language like that into any military bill, there would be so many military types that would be just like quitting. Lecha says, I hope they will do an Elite sequel. I hope so too. I really do. I think that it was good enough. And have you heard the steelbooks on Best Buy sites in various countries are like selling out? Now it's still available near where I am, but their pre-sales are going really well. And so what I'm hoping is that once we get some actual raw data on that, it shows us clearly that Elite is going to make some pretty good money when it comes to the DVD Blu-ray release, because if it can make at least 30 million or so, 25 to 30 million, at that point, Alita becomes profitable. So, fun fact on that. Peabody, thank you for that ice cream again. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. So, all right, heading back over to my YouTube peoples, but I got a few people to thank for some super chats and also for some donations. So, Lou, my main man Lou, thank you for the $3 donation. He donated through Streamlabs. If you are on YouTube and you want to support the channel, but you don't want YouTube to get a dime, you can donate through Streamlabs. Because the only money I don't get is processing fees, which is standard for PayPal or for any credit card transactions. So very similar to what YouTube does, but the difference is that it actually, more of it goes to the content creators. So it's something to think about. Lou, thank you for the $3 donation. Says, hey mate, watched Batman vs. the Ninja Turtles last night. I really enjoyed it. Have you seen it? I have not, Lou. I have heard of it, and I am interested. Tech Guy says, sorry for super chats helping your moving fund. Would you and people support a new wave of people trying to crowdfund movies, games, and web series? I think that is going to be the future, Tech Guy. We already seen it happen with comics, at the very least, with EVS. But yeah, I think that's definitely the future. Also, I mean, look at, Star Wars Theory. Despite my own current opinions of Star Wars Theory, the fact is that he made his own Star Wars film, and it was really good. John Joseph Gray the fourth, thank you very much for the super chat, says, hey Odin, just curious, would you agree with me on this thought? If Cobra Kai was on regular television, it would be the most watched TV show now. It is hard to predict that. John Joseph Gray, I really don't think we can say that for sure, because when a show is on television, it needs commercial breaks. And therefore, the show would have been written differently because it would have been written into those commercial breaks. And so I think that it actually would not be as good of a show on regular cable. That's why I'm glad it's on YouTube Red, because then it can just be a succinct 20 to 30 minute episode. So I would disagree with you, and that's the reason why, though. Again, looking more into the details about how modern cable television shows are made, and I don't know if it would work nearly as well. Damajnai, thank you for the super chat, says, there will be a shortage of tradesmen in 50 to 20 years. No, seriously, Damajnai, good point. I mean, I think, and I had some students who were saying, yeah, I'm not going to college, but I'm going to trade school. I'm like, hey, that's a good thing. If you're good with your hands, hey, trade school is a great option, because there are a lot of working, jobs out there. Plumbers. No one wants to be a plumber, but you can make bank as a plumber. If you can be a craftsman, if you can do stuff with your hands, you can make a crap ton of money. It might suck. It might be painful. It might, might not be the most glamorous job in the world, but hey, you'll get paid. Also, 80s Nostalgia Guy, thank you very much for the donation as well. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. So. And before I forget, I'm going to give some shout outs to people who sent me some stuff. So 1 second. All right, so I made a goof because I think I lost one of the cards that had the name of the person who had donated it. So I might need some help if you are in the chat currently right now. But I can say that someone has sent me the Collector's Edition Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Tank Girl, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. So thank you very much for the Blu-ray of Tank Girl. So people were saying that it was a pretty good film, so I need to watch that. I do have a letter, and I think this is the one for Tank Girl. This is from Mad Mitch. So huge shout out to Mad Mitch. He's in the chat right now. And Mad Mitch says, "Hey, Odin, this has been out of production for many years, so the only way I could find is a used item. Hope you enjoy it." I'm not sure if that was the Blu-ray or not, because I think that is obviously not out of production, and I think that means it's this. And so, Mad Mitch, thank you so much. I think you're the one that sent me this, right? Star Wars Survivor's Quest, Timothy Zahn, read by Jonathan Davis. So thank you very much for the Star Wars audiobook on disc. So again, Star Wars Survivor's Quest. And it looks like Thrawn is in it. Interesting. Mara Jade and Thrawn. Oh, that looks good. It's abridged, which is sad, but you know what? I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So I think you sent this, Mitch. Did you send both? Mitch could have obviously sent both of these for all I know. But thank you to forever who sent Tank Girl, and Mitch, thank you for the letter. And also, I think you sent this because I think this would make the most sense as being out of production. So thank you so much for finding this and sending it my way. And thank you for Tank Girl. I'm sure someone's gonna be like, I'm sure Mitch is gonna be in the chat saying, "It was me. It was me. I sent both." And don't worry, now that this week is going to be wide open, I'm finally going to be able to watch Tank Girl, Akira. I still have The Naked Prey as well. So those are finally going to be able to be watched, and I'll be able to do some more review type stuff on either this or the secondary channel. Random Notre Doom says, "If I ruled the world, I'd put all the SJWs on an island with an actual alt-right and let them fight it out." I would just say, wake up. Rosetta Allen says, "As we speak, doing fan art for Eric July of Black Widow, a strong woman that didn't have to treat men like wimps to be strong. Black Widow is a great female character." Actually, I correct that. Great character. Blake Elmo says, "I've been looking into an artist in the last while, but my life gets busy because I'm traveling around the city a lot and have been coming up with things by college graduation." All right, I mean that's fine, Blake Elmo, but again, you can't ask for donations for something that you have nothing to present. Like, that's how GoFundMe's work, not just based off of, I have an idea, help support my idea. It's, hey, here's my idea. Let me show you what my idea is. And if you want to support it, then please do so. I'm just trying to help you out, man, because I've noticed that it's been up for a while and there hasn't been any real traction behind it. But the main reason why is because you're not giving people anything to look at to support. So I'm just trying to help you out. All right. I'm just trying to help you out. Lacey Tano says, "I graduated and was forced to take 2 women's studies classes. I tried to fight it saying I am a woman. Why do I need to learn more about women? But they made me take it anyway. That's one of the problems with liberal arts colleges. I went to Fordham University. It was a Jesuit liberal arts college. God, it was awful. And I had to take a class called Religion and Feminism. And I'm glad I took it, though, to be honest, because I actually learned about the 3 different stages of feminism. I learned about first wave, second wave, and third wave feminism. And of course, whatever the later one was going to come. The teacher was actually good. The teacher was great. The teacher was very middle of the road, just was a teacher, taught the facts. But the students in the class were cringeworthy. I'm obviously a Catholic. I had a Baptist Christian girl that sat next to me. We became close friends in that class because both of us would always walk out saying, "What is this nonsense? This is crap." And it wasn't because of anything the teacher was saying. It was because of the students. The students were seriously, every question, every class would be, well, like, how do we in this country fight against the patriarchy? And the teacher would just basically try and give like basic overviews, but basically it'd be like students talking to each other. And then I had it out with one girl because she then tried to explain how Catholicism was anti-woman, which was a great conversation. But then she lies about what we believe about transubstantiation. For those who don't know that term, don't worry about it. But basically, she was trying to say that the priest becomes Christ, turns into Christ. And I was like, wait a minute. As a practicing Catholic in the room, that is not what we believe. We believe the priest stands in the place of Christ, meaning that he's, again, standing where Christ would have stood, before the altar, etc. But he's not becoming, like, Christ does not transform into the priest. We believe that the bread and wine, the substance of the bread and wine change. Again, the form remains the same. It's still bread and wine, but the substance, the essence is what changes. That's why it's transubstantiation, not transformation. But she then went on saying, no, I went to Catholic school for years. And I'm like, I'm studying theology right now, and you're an idiot. I didn't say that you're an idiot, but I really wanted to say so. And luckily, finally, someone else in the class backed me up and was like, no, he's right. And she finally moved on and said, oh, well, they're sexist. And I was just like, so you lost the whole point. You lied about your main point, and then you still tried to say, but I win. But I won the argument because I'm a woman. God. It was insufferable. But yeah, I took a feminism class. Odin took a feminism class, and it was cringeworthy. John Early says, don't feel bad. There are worse people in the world. I agree. And at least Brie Larson isn't the first female president of the United States. If Brie ever got that moniker, we would be doomed. Sia Production says, are you kidding me? I just found out the Lilo and Stitch is getting a live action remake. Stop, Disney. Yep. They're also getting a live action remake. And I didn't even like the first one. Nostalgia Network. Do you have a box office estimate for The Rise of Skywalker? We're way too far out for that. But my early, overall, not opening weekend, but my overall thought is it's going to be between 800 and 1.2 billion. I think it's going to make less than The Last Jedi. And I think there's a very good chance that it makes under $1 billion. But of course, a lot of factors are still at play that could easily, lead to that. Alex McCarthy says, Captain Marvel is no Xena. No, not at all. Larry, pay to be read. Yeah, I mean, that's what channels that are crazy have become. And even if this channel ever became to the point where we had 1,000 people watching, I would try the very best that I could to make sure I was still interacting with the chat. So some people don't like this, and I think this is the most fair, because all I ask is that you put Odin question on YouTube, so that way it flashes as orange, so that I know, oh, you're trying to get my attention. All right, I'll read your comments. Or if you're on DLive, just put @Odin at the beginning of your comment, and then I know, oh, you're trying to get my attention. I'll talk to you. I don't say you got to donate money to talk. It's like, I don't do that. If you donate money, I'll talk to you quicker. But I think that is the fairest way possible. So. Rosetta Allen says, if Sia Productions is right about Lilo, yep, it is in the works. Look it up. It is in the works. Anti-Venify says, did you see the new Terminator trailer? Thoughts? I didn't hate it. Not gonna lie. Might be an unpopular opinion. I didn't hate it. And the reason why, it looked better than all of the other Terminator garbage we've gotten since the last great Terminator film, which was T2. I mean, again, it reminded me of Terminator. Was it perfect? Was it great? No. But just, it had more of a James Cameron feel to it, and that's why I overall liked it. So, do I think it's going to be a great film? I have no idea. But I'm not jumping on the hate train for that film just yet. Now, I've only seen the trailer once, so obviously my thoughts could evolve, and I could find things that I didn't see the first time. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to certain things, but I didn't hate it. Was it good? No. But I didn't hate it. Might be an unpopular opinion, but guess what? I don't make opinions based on whether or not you want to hear them. I speak what I think, and if you like what I think, great. If you don't, great. We can disagree. We can talk. We can communicate civilly. That's what we do. Tina, thank you. And the detectives were males and females, so no bias there. Boom. Boom, baby. And that's why Tina's the best. As Martina says, in Soboy voice, when Captain Marvel broke that misogynistic biker's hand, she was breaking the hand of the patriarchy and standing up for all women. Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much what any soy-filled person, SJW, would be saying at this point, saying it was symbolic of the patriarchy being crushed beneath her hands. Suicide Grunt says, it is far easier to believe a lie if it's repeated a lot than it is to believe the truth nowadays. That is indeed a true statement. Phantom Anise says, I worked at the shelter the last 2 days and I couldn't get the recycling all done and I'm very mad. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That must be very infuriating. Dun 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 dun. Rosetta Allen says engineering's a firm job, but it's hard, long hours, really technical, which is why you get hired right away, because there's a high turnaround, because it is very demanding, mathematical and scientific. So not for everyone. I got migraines when hubby talks about work. Avionic engineer. Ooh, God bless his soul and his heart, Rosetta, because man, oh man, that I couldn't do that. Math is not me. Math is not my subject. It is not me. It is not me. And I see John Joseph. I read your super chat. I read that a while ago. I've caught up on all the super chats. So I don't know if you didn't hear it, but I read it. Rosanna Allen says, what they do is make a solid start of a story, and then they go woke in the later ones to try and force their message down their throat. Yep. Random Doom says, I have an idea for a creepypasta, which is horror narration in video form, but it's kind of pokes fun at SJWs. Should I put it up, or would it be a bad idea? Random Doom, if it's something you're passionate about, try it. If people like it, great. If people don't, hey, you live and you learn. Phantomini says, I meant fanfiction for Game of Thrones when I found Arya kills Cersei and takes her identity and goes to Dany, and one where Jon and Robb both survive. Well, I think any fanfiction of the season 8 finale, series finale, are better than what we got. I would say most of them are probably better. Nostalgia Network. What are your current thoughts on Star Wars Theory? I think he's become a shill. That's just me. I don't know him personally, and I'm not attacking him personally. I just think that ever since his fan film got hit with the copyright strike and he got an actual personal call from Lucasfilm and he was offered a press pass at Star Wars Celebration and he's been given a lot of access to a lot of early stuff, I think that he used to be a more middle-of-the-road kind of guy because he was never a full Phantom Menace guy. But he's been a lot more like eating up every single thing that Lucasfilm's been setting out. And he used to be a lot more critical. Like, he used to be a lot more fair-minded, and I think he's kind of gone. I haven't really watched his stuff, to be honest, though, because I started watching some of the videos, and I was like, this isn't the same person. Now I just feel like I'm watching someone working for Lucasfilm, and I don't want that. That's not why we were supporting you. That's not, like, seriously, you realize that a lot of the money that was given through super chats and donations, obviously he couldn't fundraise, but God knows that those super chats and the fun, and the subs and all that stuff helped him to be able to produce that film. That didn't happen because we wanted someone to become a lackey for Lucasfilm. We wanted it. We did that and supported because we wanted to have something that was against what Lucasfilm is nowadays. And I just don't think that, he's doing that now. So that's my current thought on it. So again, I'm not going to attack the guy, like, as far as like saying like, oh, he's terrible and you should unsub for him. Blah. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I just look at what's in front of me and I make comments. So Tina says, I'll have you on in the background. I have a phone call I have to take. I want you to see if you do this vote so I can try and participate. It's 9:27 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's going to be a vote at some point. We'll probably get there pretty quickly. And I might have to skip chats to do that, but we'll get there. So as I says, at my niece's graduation last week, nothing more awkward than meeting teachers you haven't seen in 5 years, and they remember your name and you say Mr. before it. Yeah. I've been there too. Mad Mitch says, yes, Survivor's Quest. Ooh, so Mad Mitch, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. So, Mad Mitch, did you also send the Blu-ray? Did you send both? Please let me know, Mad Mitch. I didn't send Tank Girl. Okay, Mad Mitch did not send Tank Girl. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Mad Mitch, for the audiobook. I really do appreciate that, Mad Mitch. Shouts outs to Mad Mitch. Someone, there's Bruce. It must have been Bruce then. Sorry. Bruce. How can I forget? Bruce must have sent this, because Bruce is the one that's my Blu-ray dude. So, Bruce, Tank Girl, I remembered. Bruce, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Gas Hermosa says, watch Akira. That anime is legendary, and Ghost in the Shell. Did not like Ghost in the Shell. I saw the original, did not like it. But Akira, I have it on Blu-ray because of Bruce. So that this week, I'm finally going to be able to sit down and watch that, see so many things I need to catch up on this week. The sentence says, a good college for artists to go to. I'm trying to be a good artist, but I'm not trying to drown in debt. I wasn't an artist, so I can't help you there. Anna, that Star Wars girl, she might be able to give you more information on that. Peabody, thank you very much, Peabody. Thank you for helping them out. Let's see, Josh Kirchhoff. I told my son when he graduated last year he can join the military or go to a trade school. He decided on trade school as a diesel heavy equipment mechanic, and I bet he's getting some pretty good change for that. Castro Mosa says, same here. I'm a Catholic too. Sadly, some people in my church are hypocrites. Oh, there are many hypocrites in the church today. And I don't think the current administration is helping matters any much because of the confusion. Peter Hand says, what is the projected box office for Solo 2? Solo 2 has not even been confirmed yet. That was a faux movement that was being pushed by the media. Lace Tana says, you had a better experience. I learned the waves of feminism, but the whole class and teacher were SJW and cringe. I kept to myself and did what I needed to do, but got an A to get out of it. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I did well in the class because the teacher overall was just treating it as a history class, essentially. It's like, I can learn history. There's no problem with that. But the students were awful. And luckily, I had that one other Christian student next to me who the whole time, like, eventually, it was so funny because I want to say it was 3 classes in. We were waiting outside for class to start, and we kind of just made eye contact. And then I just was like, so do you think that all of this stuff is total crap? Do you think all this stuff is total crap? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I thought so. And so from that point on, we just started talking after every class about how stupid the people in our class was. And then also, we ended up, becoming study partners and stuff. So it was actually a good experience because we were able to help each other get through that and be like the grounding that we all needed. Rosetta Allen says, not a Catholic girl. I think we would disagree on some theological issues, but most of my family is, most of the reservation is proudly Catholic. And I stand with my Catholic family. And again, that's one of the beautiful things about this is that we can disagree and talk and communicate and work out issues and work out problems and do things and work things out. All right. Don't worry, D-Live people. I'm heading back over to D-Live. Plumbing is a great profession. The K-Man says, sadly, movies that would be okay to remake, they won't even consider. I agree. It is really sad. There are so many movies, K-Man, that they could remake. Someone's been mentioning it on the streams every time that the Black Cauldron would be a really cool live action remake, but they're not going to touch it. Why would they? Peabody says, "Are we going to have a movie night vote?" So Peabody, we're going to vote on the summer schedule, but just know this: if there is any movie situation, it's probably going to be a early stream, and it's going to be probably a D-Live exclusive. So that way I can actually have the audio of the movie playing in the background. So that's something though we're gonna work out. All right. But whether or not it's a weekly thing or not, we're gonna figure that out towards the end. All right. We're getting close to the end, but I wanted to make sure I caught up with these chats. Maybe Tannen says it's better to be an artist part-time. You don't need a degree to be a great artist. I mean, yeah, some people do need to get an artist degree though if they want to pursue certain things, so I will say that it's for some people, not for everyone. Fat Elvis says, a theater in my town when I was a teen used to show Akira once a year. It was glorious on the big screen. Nice. Reminds me of the showings of The Room. And also super chat, Lethal Lightning, thank you very much for the Allsday $2. Says Odin catches up on super chats. Lethal LOL Nafam, thank you, Lethal Lightning, I appreciate it. Again, I always will read every single super chat, and if I ever make a mistake, guess what, my Valkyrie will always remind me. Castro Mosa says, Sarah Connor is still a badass. Linda Hamilton kicks ass. And again, that's what I liked about the trailer. She looked great. Phantomini says, my shift at the animal shelter for recycle is getting worse. I'm mad every single shift. I'm sorry to hear that. Josh Kirk says, so bribery does work then? Well, that's just not fair. Wait a minute. As McCarthy says, I didn't hate the Terminator trailer, but I read that what could be the synopsis. John is apparently no longer the savior of the humanity, and is possibly Arnold is just a human. Yeah, see, again, but that's not something that was in the trailer, so that's why I'm talking specifically about the trailer. Orange Hat Reviews says, time for me to head to bed. God bless you. God bless you, Orange Hat Reviews. John Wheeler says, I got my MBA after my bioengineering degree and got hired within 2 months. It's great, but very demanding. Again, engineering usually get hired very quickly after college, but yeah, engineering is not for the faint of heart. Random Nerd says, I am sorry about Star Wars Theory and John Campia. We Canadians aren't all shills, and we have souls and maple syrup. That's great. Phantom says, the fanfiction where Arya kills Cersei is called The Other Queen, and the other one is called Kings of the North. Cool. If I had time to read fanfiction, I would. John Early says, I talked to Sticky V before the show started, and we talked about James Bond. I said, could you imagine them going to Skyfall territory after Die Another Day? I think needed to do Casino. I don't know what. That was very confusing to me. Mamich says, Zahn said that this book takes place after Vision of the Future. Ooh, okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm almost done. I need to finish Vision. So I'll finish Vision of the Future, and then I'll get started on that one. I'll probably rip that one to a digital file, so that way I can listen to it on the road. But thank you very much, man. Mad Mitch, thank you so much. Random Nerd, who can get things back to normal? Great question. Sarah Production says, Disney is rebooting the franchise that Black Cauldron is attached to. Okay. Could be potential. Ash Martinez says, so have you always had the beard since you were in high school or college? I started growing it right after high school because in high school we could not have beards at all. We always had to stay very clean shaven. And it's been back and forth, but this has been the longest consistent time that I've had a beard. I want to say it's been 2 or 3 years that I've had facial hair consistently. But be prepared. It's going to be trimmed this week because I am in a show. And so I'm going to be getting a fresh cut here, probably a fresh buzz cut here. And then I'm going to be cleaning this up a little bit too. clean this up a little bit too. Gas Hermosa says, have you visited some Asian countries before? Unfortunately not. I've only ever been, the furthest I've been is Ireland and Iceland. So I've been to Iceland, I've been to Ireland. Technically, I've been to Glasgow, I've been to Scotland, but it was because there was a storm over Iceland and we had to land in Scotland and then be redirected. It was this whole experience. It was my honeymoon, actually. Yes, that's right. Me and my wife, we honeymooned in Iceland and we loved it. We love cold weather. It was great. It was such a great honeymoon. But yeah, so I've never gone that far. One of my dreams is to go to mainland Europe at some point, and if I ever had the time and money, I would love to do Asia at some point too. Random Nerd says, does Catholic schools have better education programs for autistic students than regular schools? Not all. You want to go to a school that has a program for autistic students, and they'll always make it clear if they do. Solstad says, did you hear that George Lucas has a writing credit on The Mandalorian, so the trinity of Lucas, Filoni, Favreau it had to be good. Can't wait. I mean, it has potential. It has a lot of potential. Sia Production says, you were sorry, Anakin. I loved you. Rogue Baron, heading out now. Have a good night. You have a good night, too. Somebody says, what show? You keep dropping that line. What show? What show? Josh Kirk says, the last one was a joke. Bad joke, mind you, but joke. On a more serious note, there is a website where you can get a group of people together where you can all watch a movie together. Is there, Josh Kirk? Message that to me if you can. Micah Martinez says, favorite Tarantino film? Probably Pulp Fiction. I'm always caught between Pulp Fiction and Inglourious Bastards, because that opening scene of Inglourious Bastards is one of my favorite scenes of all time. Fat Elvis, thank you for the lemon. Brad Beer Hunter, thank you very much for the 2 lemons as well. Mr. Peabody, thank you for the lemon and the ice cream. All right. So now we're going to be voting on the summer schedule. All right. So this is something that can only be happening. The vote can only happen on YouTube. So sorry to my DLive people. Because it's a voting system that is exclusive to YouTube. But the way it's going to work is we are going to vote on several categories. All right. So let us see. Let us get where is it? It's not the giveaway. It is not. No, it's not the poll either. What is it? No, it is a poll. What am I doing? It is a poll. What am I doing? It's crazy. It's a crazy world. Alrighty. We're voting on... Alright, so the stream schedule. So, with summer starting, I will have my mornings free. And so the first question is going to be, do you want a morning show? First question. Yes or no. And it will not cost anyone anything. And there will be no timer. So let us start it now. So listen to Heimdall in the chat, everybody. So there you go. Those are your options. So if you want to vote in the poll, exclamation point vote, put a space. Do you want a morning show? Put a 0 for yes, 1 for no. And remember, you must put exclamation point, vote, a space, and then the number. Exclamation point, vote, all one word, then a space, and then 0 for yes, 1 for no. Just like Larry Tech Guy got it right. So Larry Tech Guy got it right. Mr. Peabody got it right. Rosetta Allen got it right. Follow those people. And then choose your... Again, this is not saying that the night shows are being canceled. This is just saying, do you want a morning show? I'm seeing who would like a morning show. I'm not saying that anything is being replaced. See, you got to listen. You've got to pay attention. There's a series of questions that is about to take place. This is just asking, would you like to have a morning show? Would you be available for a morning show? This is not saying that the night show is going away. This is not saying that the night show is going away, which I think that a lot of you guys are voting on. And I think it's unfair to the people who do want a morning show because, again, this is not saying that the night show is going away. Man. So exclamation point vote, 0 is yes, 1 is no. All right. We might have to redo this one because I think people got confused. I think we might have to redo this one. Yep. We're going to redo this one because some people got confused. All right. We're going to stop this one. We're going to redo. All right. Reset. All right. Reset. All right. So once again, guys. All we are talking about now. Again, it's not. Hold on. It's ended. All right. Lord. Y'all need to listen. Y'all need to pay attention. All right. So again, this is a simple question. This is just saying, do you want a morning show? Would you be available for a morning show? Because keep in mind, some of my peeps are in the UK or in Australia, and it might be better for them to have an option of a morning show. John Joseph Grayforth, hey Odin, what did you mean by Cobra Kai? What? I already answered that. John Joseph, I already answered that. I answered your question. And we're voting right now. I don't have time to answer the question again. Remind me in the regular chat later. All right. Okay. So guys. Let's see. How am I D-Live people? Bubble Bass Stream says Brad. All right, guys. So let's just try to make this very simple. It's not live yet. I'm about to make a vote live. Look to the chat because Heimdall will have the options for you. All right. The question being asked right now is simple. Do you want a morning show? Yes or no? That's not we're replacing it. That's not any of that. All we're saying is, do you want a morning show? Yes or no? No other ramifications, no other stipulations. Just simply, do you want a morning show? Do you think that a morning show would be a good idea? That's it. All right. And again, a 0 is a yes. A 1 is a no. All right. And you have to put exclamation point vote. All right. So it has started. Follow Heimdall. See, the poll has started. See how Heimdall poll started? Do you want to vote? And then it says exclamation point vote. And then put that again. You have to follow the instructions. This is not rocket science. Dean has it. Tech Guy has it. John Winkler has it. Mikey Woods has it. John Early says, how early of a morning show? I'm not a morning person. Dude. Y'all don't listen. We might not just not. If y'all aren't going to listen, then we're just not going to do the voting at all. And I'm just going to do the schedule on my own. And then whatever it is, I'm trying to let you guys have a part in this. But if you're not going to listen, all we are doing right now is asking if you want a morning show, all right? And there will be a series of questions. God. What time would it start, though? We haven't gone to that point yet. Man. We haven't gotten to that point yet. All right, John Joseph Gray. Thank you for the super chats. I'm going to say it one more time. I've already answered this question, though, all right? So next time, if you're not here for a question being answered, just go back in time to listen to it, all right? I said it would not work because on television, on cable, shows are made for commercials, meaning there's always things that lead up to commercials. The way that the show is currently set up is as a free-flowing show. And if they added commercials to it, it would break the flow and it would make the show not as good. And so that's why I think that it would be better where it is than on cable, and why I think it would not be nearly as successful as you think it would be on cable. In fact, that's the type of show that would likely get canceled on cable very quickly, because that is just how cable works, because of commercials. Okay? And I'm not answering the question again. We would all need our coffee in the morning for a morning show. You don't know how early it is yet. Oh, my God. All right. The vote's yes. Boom. The yes is okay. So most of you want a morning show. Cool. We've gotten to that point. We've gotten to this point, guys. It's amazing. All right. Now, if there's any more like, blah, 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 then we're just going to stop voting. And then I'm just going to make my own schedule, and then you'll have to deal with it. All right. I'm trying to let y'all be a part of the process, guys. Come on. Throw me a freaking bone here. And John Joseph, it's all good. It's all good. There's no, John, you don't have to send super chats. You can just put it in the chat. Just put Odin question and then just put it in chat, man. Come on. I'm not trying to burn myself out. That's why we're voting. That's why we're voting. That's why we're doing it. I can't do drunk Odin because I don't drink. That's been clearly established. I'm straight edge. I do not drink. It's not what I do. All right. So morning show. People want a morning show. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Now that we've established the morning show, would you like a daily morning show? So meaning a morning show every single day, a morning stream every single day. And don't say what time. We haven't gotten there yet, all right? We haven't gotten there yet. So this one's going to be, would you like a daily morning show? Like a Monday through Friday type situation, all right? All right, that's it. Is everyone okay? No, y'all, we need to take a breath. Y'all need to take a breath, all right? Let's calm down, all right? Let's calm down. It's all good. All right. Follow the chat. There we go. Poll started. Would you like a daily morning show? Exclamation point yes. Exclamation point no. And again, 0 is a yes. 1 is a no. 0 is a yes. 1 is a no. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. What about pie coma Odin's show in the morning? Now, we could work with that. I could do a pie coma show. That could be funny. That could be very funny indeed. So again, exclamation point vote. 0 is yes, 1 is no. Exclamation point vote, all one word. Then you put a space. 0 is yes, 1 is no. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Yes, people have been smoten. People have been smoten on it. And if you can't watch the morning streams, guys, that's why they get posted later on the main on the secondary channel. They get uploaded as podcast. So again, you're overthinking it, guys. That's all I'm saying. You're overthinking it. I think I've been broken. My chat has broken me. My will has been broken. AutoWorks says those YouTube and Twitch people so demanding. AutoWorks, thank you for the lemon ice cream and diamond, man. Darkstar57 is voting over there. I might just switch over to my DLive people, to be honest. Man. my DLive people seem to at least know what's going on. Flame says, I want a 3 a.m. show. My DLive people are the best. Oh, man, I love my DLive people so much. Oh, man. That's great. That is great. Oh, lordy. All right, well, it is a tie for that vote, and so my DLive people are going to break the tie. So DLive fam, since there's very few of you over there, yes, no, daily morning show. Yes, no, daily morning show for my DLive people. Break the vote. Break the tie. Daily morning show, yes or no. Let's see if my DLive people can at least figure it out. See if my DLive people can figure it out. Double cookies in the morning, you get yourself a deal. Peabody says, some poor bugger still trying to vote on DLive. I saw that. Now my DLive people can't even get it straight. No, you don't have to do the voting. I just said, DLive people, if you're on DLive, you just need to put yes or no. There's so few of you that all I need is a yes or no for a daily show. I don't need an exclamation point. I've been broken. Oh, you've broken me. Oh All right, so Bivy Tannen is a yes. AutoWorks is a yes. K-Man is a yes. Darkstar is a yes. So I got 4 yeses. Dion is a no, and he's the only one that's a hard no right now. It was her turn. Oh man, my D-Live people are just making me laugh. Brad is a yes. All right. Well, okay, so my D-Live has broken the tie. So a daily morning show is wanted. Boom, and AutoWorks is dropping the lemons. Yes. AutoWorks, thank you for the lemon, ice cream, and diamond. Peabody, but you're a D-Live person. You can vote too. Man. Random on YouTube says, hey, we're just as good as the D-Live people. YouTuber chatters rule. Right now, it's oh, man. AutoWorks has just dropped a bomb over on D-Live. He just dropped a Ninja Guinea. Ooh, oh, man. A Ninja Guinea. That's 1,000 Lino. Holy crap. Thank you so much, AutoWorks. Boom, baby. AutoWorks is awesome. Ninja Guinea. Yeah. Oh, man. D-Live. Man, you know what? Because on Restream, you know what? I'm tempted just to turn the stream off for my YouTube people and just be like, we're going to continue the stream on D-Live. G-Monkey says, just like when we used to vote for movies, I miss that. G-Monkey, I'm trying to get to that point. But y'all are making it so hard. The movie thing is supposed to be a part of it, but y'all are making it so difficult. Alice McCarthy says, Odin the Broken, first of his name. McQueen. Oh, McQueen. Oh, no, I love all you guys. Dion, thank you for the ice cream, man. AutoWorks is like, do it. Shut off the YouTube stream. Blake, I'm glad you're having a good time, man. CF is choose 3. Good luck to the daily stream. Thank you. Rosetta Allen says, I've been good. Give the mouth the native girl her props. Hey, no, you have been good. You have been good. Oh man. All right. Well, you know what? We'll just make this a visual vote then, because the whole exclamation point stuff, as easy as it is for me, because it's easier to actually calculate. I'm gonna look at D-Live, and also I'm gonna look at YouTube. Nickel Noodles, thank you for the 2 lemons. All right. So the next question that's gonna be asked is, I should probably be writing these things down. So that way I can get this stuff figured out. All right. Where's my ledger? My infamous ledger. Here it is, the ledger. This is where I worked out time travel for the first time. Remember how I was freaking out over time travel? 1.21 gigawatts! The timeline, Marty! The timeline! Castro Buzzer says, I think Raptors would win already game 6. Yeah. You should get a morning host like Regis and Kelly. Use your brain, you must. Peabody says, the good thing about the Guinea is it runs on lemon juice. You're right, yes. The Ninja Guinea, and also huge props to AutoWorks over on D-Live for that Ninja Guinea, man. I really do appreciate it. All right. Let's get this ledger. Let's get this ledger. Okay, so daily morning show. Got a yes. Okay. So morning show, daily show, put it all together. All right, next question, guys. And I just need yeses and nos. From everyone in the chat, I just need yeses and nos. Just need yeses and nos. As Riley says, you do a live stream every morning, 5 minutes, and boom, Jeremy goes live. No, seriously, that's what's going to happen. Standing on the bathtub, says D-Nice. Exactly. 1.21 gigawatts. Peabody, thank you for the lemon. Brad, thank you for the lemon. And K-Man, thank you for the lemon. Man, oh man, oh man. Dude, my people over on D-Live are just rocking it right now. It's insane. Is Freya packing up everything? She still has work, all right? So that's why I'm trying to figure this out. All right, so the next question. Yes or no? All right. Yes or no, do you want, and again, this is not, no day is being chosen yet. Simple yes or no. Do you want a movie stream? Do you want a movie stream? Like a movie watching stream where we we team up, we sync up, and watch a movie together? Let me see some yeses or nos in the chats. Let's see some yeses or nos in the chats. All right. Seeing a few yeses over on YouTube. All right. Seeing a lot of yeses on YouTube. Seeing some yeses over on the D Live. All right. Cool. That's a much easier process. Zine is like, no. Zine is like, screw the will of the people. I will speak my own voice. All right. The yeses have it. All right, so movie stream. So people still want the movie stream. Okay, all right. So a movie stream is a yes. All right. So here's gonna be where some hearts are gonna be broken. All right. So continuing on this topic with the movie stream. Continuing on, yeah, exactly right. This is where the hearts are gonna be broken. With the movie stream. For the movie stream. The answer, the response will be AM or PM. All right. Movie stream, AM or PM. Let me see some AMs and PMs in the chat. Do you want a movie stream? If we do one, which we are going to do one, but during the week, AM or PM. Let me see some AM and PMs in the chat. Let's get some AM and PMs in the chat. And by PM, of course, I mean my time. All right, the PMs are running wild over on YouTube. PMS. Brad. John Winkler says, as a member of the patriarchy, you are not allowed to make your own schedule today. We will make an approved schedule for you. All right, the PMs have it. I was hoping for AM. Because my original goal was going to be to do a daily morning show and then like once a week do a movie stream, because it will be easier for me to do a movie stream early in the morning rather than in the evening. But now, of course, now we're getting somewhere. All right. Daily morning show, movie stream in the PM. Okay. All right. Cool. So here we go. For the movie stream still. For the movie stream. Phantom Menace says, do you think the time travel is actually possible or anything like that in all seriousness? In real life, no. Not in the way that we would think about it. I think that obviously time can the further, for example, time travel technically happens. You know when we watch The Light of a Star, did you know that the light that we are seeing is like millions of years old or whatever the distance is? It's very old. And so technically speaking, we are seeing that star's past. So technically, you could say that it depends on how you view it. Josh Kirk says, switch it up a morning movie stream from time to time. Well, you see, and again, that's what we're going to figure out. That's what we're going to figure out. Because if we do a daily, so the daily morning show sounds like it's a hit. So the movie stream, though, people want it at the PM. Most people that are going to actually be there to watch it are going to want it in a PM. All right, so keep this in mind, though. All right, keep this in mind. For a movie stream, once a week or once a month. All right, once a week or once a month for a movie stream. Once a week or once a month. Rebellious, thank you for hosting me. I don't know what that means, but thank you for hosting me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And it looks like you are verified. If you want to vouch for me, dude, that's all I need. I need 2 people to vouch for me, and I don't know how that works, but thank you very much, man. What's going on, Rebellious? All right. So, yeah, put week or month. Put week or month in the chat. I'm seeing a bunch of weeks. Rebellious, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Are you going to live stream a home open? A home open? What? Home open? All right. I love my D-Lab people more. They're like once a month. Ooh, this one's a little bit... yeah, this one's a little bit more split. This one's a little bit more split. All right, cool. So I've received the data and it's split. And so here's what we're gonna do for the PM stream. it's going to be once a month. All right. So for the PM stream, once a month. All right. So PM movie stream once a month. All right. PM stream once a month. All right. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. I need everyone to pay attention. All right. Because that's the PM. All right. So there's going to be a PM stream once a month with a movie stream. All right. It's going to be in the schedule. Okay. It's going to be in the schedule. Now, for my people that voted yes on the Daily Morning Show, again, for my people that voted yes on the Daily Morning Show, do you want to have a weekly movie morning stream? So for my people that voted yes on the Daily Morning Show, would you like to have a weekly movie screening? Yes or no? So for my people that voted for a Daily Morning Show, do you want to have a weekly movie show? Getting some yeses in the chat. Dark Star says no. AutoWorks says yes. Yes, sir. Peabody says yes. This is just for the summary. Oh yeah, God, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to do this for the school year, for sure. Yes, because I am the law. All right, the yeses have it. The yeses have it. So once a week movie. All right, cool, awesome. All right. Cool beans. All right. All right. And the last question I need, is again for the Daily Morning Show. So knowing that I am in Central Standard Time, CST. All right. Knowing that I am in Central Time, CST. For the people that want to do the morning stream, what is the best start time? Just put one number. All right, just put one number. The best start time, CST, for the morning show. Once again, tech guy, you're not paying attention. The morning show is not replacing anything. It's an addition. That's why you got to pay attention, and that's why you're driving me crazy. And that's why, in all honesty, I'm probably just going to make up my own schedule because my YouTube peoples are just letting me down. 9, 8, 4. McCarthy, 4 a.m. CST? Are you insane? All right, getting 9, 8, 5, 10, 9. Are we in daylight savings time? Just give me a time. Lock on Stratus, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. CST in the middle of it all. I know. Too complicated. I'm overseas. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to get it figured out. 9 says Peabody. All right, seems like 9, 10. I've seen more 9s. I've seen some 9s and some 10s every hour. I go to bed at 4 Central Standard. McCarthy, that's crazy, man. All right. Do what's good for you, Odin. F these guys. Zippo, thank you very much, man. Now, as I said before, I'm collecting data. All right, I'm collecting data. All right, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Because you all know, and this is going to be the final question. This isn't really voting, but who has the final say over this schedule? And my people that know me very well, my people that know this channel and have been following me for a while, know who has final say over what this schedule is going to be. Let me see who are the true Asgardians that truly know who has the final say over what this schedule is going to be. I see one person's already got it right, and he knows me very well. Nope. That's a good Lacey Tano. That is a good alternate. That is a good alternate option. Oh man. It is indeed Freya. Yep, you're right. Freya has the ultimate say over any and all of this. So to those who know me well, yes, Freya absolutely has the final say over this. But huge shout out to Lacey Tano for saying the dogs, because if it wasn't the wife, it would be the dogs. McQueen, exactly. She is McQueen. Freya is my wife. That's all right. Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, I've collected some data, and I will get an official schedule out to you guys. Don't worry about it. So just so you guys know, all right, here's the thing. All right, listen, Linda, because there were some people who were a little bit confused, but thank you to the guys that figured out Freya. Indeed Freya gets final say. Yep. I am not crossing Freya, and none of you would be wise to cross Freya. None of you would be. Lady Freya knows it. She knows this is true. But anyway, for those that were not paying attention, speaking of Freya, hello Freya. The hounds are entering in now.
Good night.
Good night. Love you. Again. Final say. She has control. But anyway, so the schedule as it is now is not changing except for a few nights. So, as I've mentioned before, I am currently doing a musical for the month of June. And so that is going to throw into question the starting time for my night streams. So I'm still going to have my Monday and Tuesday streams. Still going to have those, and my Saturday stream. Those are still going to be the same. Those are still set in stone. The timings, though, will change for them. And so what I wanted to do was because of that, add in a more consistent show in the mornings, which I know not everyone can make, but at least there would then be a show, because let's say rehearsal goes really late and I can't physically do a evening show. Well, then there will at least be a morning show, all right? Like a morning pop culture type stuff. Not going to steal the name, obviously, from World Class BSers, but still, it's going to be out there. So nothing overall is changing. All right. This was all about trying to figure out if anyone was going to be available for and would want a morning stream, because no one really streams in the morning. And I noticed that. I wanted to see what the interest was. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Freya tomorrow. All right. We're then going to work on an overall schedule. All right. We're going to work on an overall schedule. And then we're going to figure out what the timing would best be. So 9 to 10 a.m. is probably when these morning streams would start. Streams otherwise would be normal unless I tell y'all guys differently because of the show that I'm in, because of rehearsals. For example, this week we've got rehearsals from around 6 to 8. So I'll be able to do a stream when I get home, but it's just going to be a little bit later. So it'll be around 8:30 CST this week. All right. And that includes also the one-man low council, which I know sucks, because that means it's going to be during the high council. So that's, again, why I wanted to have an alternate morning option for those rare occasions when that is the case. All right? So it's going to be a similar type format, but obviously we'll have a lot more to do. Now, whether or not it is going to be actually every single day, that's a Freya decision. I just wanted to know what the interest level was for a daily show. All right? Super Bronk, thank you very much for the follow over on DLive. All right. But it looks like we're going to get a weekly movie stream in the mornings, in the AM. And the reason why is because, again, I have a lot of free time in the morning. You want to know why? Because guess who is at work during the day? Freya. So I can't commit to doing more things at night because I want to be available to spend time with my wife. Pretty straightforward, right? And so that's why I'm glad that we all voted for the most part. So that way we're going to have a once a month evening stream for a movie. We'll determine. Probably Saturdays seem to be the best day. So I think that most of y'all could agree that Saturday evenings would be the best day. And so we'll figure out our next Saturday evening stream. And it'll probably be next week, to be honest. And we'll have a vote on that sometime during this week about what that movie is going to be. All right. So that's going to be about once a month. You know, if it ends up being once every 2 weeks, great. But again, realistically, I just could not do that every single week because I enjoy these more free-form streams. It's a lot harder for me to focus on a movie and a chat at the same time. So that's why I'd rather do it in the morning when there's not a lot of people on the stream in the first place. And then also, too, I don't have to worry about copyright strikes and stuff because I can just do it on DLive. You know, I can just have it where the actual audio itself is playing on DLive and not have to worry about that. All right. But anyway, that is what the schedule is going to look like going forward. So as I said before, this week I've got, I've got stuff going on in the evenings. Monday's stream is the only one I can think of that is going to be the most affected because not only do I have rehearsal, but also I'm not going to go to that rehearsal because we're having friends over because of the holiday. And so, again, that starting time will be in flux. And so that's the reason why I wanted to get all this out there. But thank you guys for participating. For the ones that were paying attention, especially, thank you so much. I appreciate it. For those that think that I'm becoming a tyrant and that I'm becoming ridiculous, again, it's all about trying to give you guys more. But when I'm trying to do that and y'all are not paying attention, it's frustrating. So anyway, want to let you guys know that. And I see that a lot of y'all are asking questions in the chat, but as you guys know, it is late and it is time for me to go to bed. And Peabody asked a question over on DLive though. Any more luck with house hunting, selling? So on Monday, everything will officially go live with the actual agent. And so we're hoping that once that gets rolling, that'll be the case. But anyway, guys, so we are going to have again, morning shows are coming to the channel. So morning shows are coming to the channel. Where it is, whether it's on just DLive, whether it's on the secondary channel, those will be something that we will have. Again, there will be a set schedule put into place tomorrow once I talk with Freya. All right. And then once that's in place, I'm going to put that up on my website, on the OMB Reviews website. I'm going to try and put that up on Twitter somewhere. I'm going to put it in the Discord as well. So that way everyone knows what the streaming schedule is going to be. Just knowing that the evening schedule is going to be the one that is going to be in a state of flux. The morning schedule will be pretty consistent because my mornings are going to be essentially completely free. You know, there's very little that's going to be able to actually, conflict with that. Evenings, though, are what's going to be crazy. And that's the reason why I wanted to be able to offer more opportunities, especially, too, because I've got some people in the UK. I've got some people over in Australia that have been with the channel for a long time that don't work well with the later streams. But anyway, let me go ahead and shout out a few people real quick. I want to have a huge shout out to a great Jedi, Adam Shawhan, Albertus Magnus Baptist 702, Brandon Blick, Brian B, Chicago Joe 47, Dan Maloney, Darkstar 57, Delete System 32, Dion, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Entertainment Hacker, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Harold Francis, the Hunka Chunka Funka Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Itterstrap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan Jerembeck, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mitch Dunaway, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sarif, Proper Ginevra, Reef Magos, Shenglong, Sir Lance Elato, Theodora, the K-Man, the DJD Show, Those Two Bald Guys, and Tina B. You are all my patrons, and you are all amazing people. Also, we are having a stream tomorrow at around noon CST, 11:30 a.m. noon CST, with my $25 and up patrons. So right now, I think it's just going to be me and Laura Story, who has been on every one of them since. I think there was one that she missed. So she'll be on tomorrow. Trying to get some more people who have just not gotten back to me yet. So if they are watching and they only know about the stream because they're watching the stream, I, of course, will invite them on. And that is just for the people that have been processed for the month of May. There's going to be a couple other people that are going to be processed for the month of June, including one of my Valkyries. So hopefully I can get her on that once-a-month stream. But yeah, so tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. CST to 12 p.m. CST start time, and that'll go into around 1:30 CST before I have rehearsal. So that is going to be a special stream tomorrow. And then, as I said, I'm going to work it out with Freya. We're going to have a set schedule sometime tomorrow. I will get that posted on Discord. I will post that up on Twitter. I'll try and get that posted up also on the website, which again is also something that I'm going to try and work on too. So I want to try and create a schedule for myself so that way I can keep myself busy on my toes, and that way I'm not just laying around doing nothing all summer, since this is the first year that I'm not having a summer camp job to do. So I want to spend some more time focusing on the channel, building more content for the channel, doing more content for the channel. That's why I want to do more movie screenings. But obviously I want to be able to do that that so that way I'm not taking time away from my time with Freya, which I'm already taking a lot of time away from with the streams. And so that's why I was kind of pushing more for the early streams. And so that's why, again, we will bring those back in the evening because I know they're popular. I know that you love them, G-Monkey especially. So that's why we are going to try and do one, and I'm going to try and get one this Saturday if I possibly can, all right? And we're going to work on that, all right? But anyway, guys, thank you so very much. Yeah, so tomorrow's stream is going to be available for everyone to see, but the only people that can come on to the stream, meaning who can talk to me, if you've never seen them before, it's we've had them before on the channel. So basically, it's my $25, my Chosen of Valhalla. They are actually, they are co-hosts with me during the stream. And so they bring in the topics they want to talk about. They get to talk about them. We talk, we communicate with each other. We talk with the chat a little bit too, but it's mostly going to be focused on them being able to talk whatever they want to talk about. If they want to promote anything, they can promote anything at the time as well. And so it's just a way in which we're able to do that. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Seriously, sorry, so very sorry indeed. In fact, I'm so sorry that I blew up at you guys that I'm just,
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
And I mean it.
I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope you had fun tonight. I actually had a lot of fun too. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching the stream. You're amazing. My D-Live people, you guys are freaking legends, man. Let's see. Let me go ahead and add to this chest really quickly. So let me go ahead and people over on D-Live, don't go anywhere just yet. Let me put in 100 Lino. No, 150 Lino. No, 200 Lino in the chest. 200 Lino in the chest. We're going to go crazy over on D-Live. We're going crazy over on the D-Live. Going crazy over on the D-Live. You are so crazy. All right. So, D-Live people, get ready. Get ready to rumble. Get ready to claim. Get ready to claim your prize. Distribute. Boom. Claim it. 30 seconds. Claim your prize, people. Claim your prize. And more rapid drop 80. I do read the chat. Yep. Just throw an @Odin and I read it. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And Dion, thank you for the lemon as well. So sorry. So very sorry, G-Monkey. And G-Monkey, man, don't worry, man. We're going to get that movie night stream. All right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The movie night stream coming back. But also, there will be movies that we can watch together during the week as well. So, G51520, thank you for the follow. Boom! Congratulations. These are to the people that have been active in the chat all night. So, Brad got 54 Lino. Congratulations, good sir. The K-Man with 31. Peabody with 23. Biffy Tanner with 18. Flames 1107 with 15. So, if you got any Lino, congratulations. Congratulations. And thank you for watching over that. Cash and prizes. Boom! Biffy Tanner, thank you for the ice cream, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. You are all amazing and beautiful people. You are so great. I know, Brad, you got the most. Brad, you got the most. Dion, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it's all about luck. It's all about staying active in the chat. So sorry. So sorry. It's totally a random game. It's totally a random game. I wish I had more control over it. But this system sucks. Yep, Dion, I agree with you. Brad, thank you for the ice cream, man. I appreciate that. All right, anyway, guys on YouTube and on D-Live, you are all amazing and beautiful people. Let's give it up to the Valkyrie over on YouTube. Seriously, Tina and Steph, they are amazing. They are awesome. I'm sure they're going to yell at me because I was mean, because I was mean to some people today. AutoWorks, thank you so much for the lemon, ice cream, and diamond. More Raindrop 80, you're a good streamer. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. AutoWorks, yeah, AutoWorks. Boom, dropping that stuff. Brad Beer Hunter with the ice cream. Boom. Oh, man, y'all guys are great. Y'all guys are crazy. You guys are great. Rigged? Brad, you got the most out of it, man. How could it be rigged? And you're still giving me ice cream, man. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. You're all amazing and beautiful people. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. All of you people. And we will again be back tomorrow for my Patreon stream, my Chosen of Valhalla, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Start until around 1:30. More Raindrop, thank you so much for the lemon, man. Brad Beer Hunter, thank you for the ice cream as well. Dion, thank you for dropping one of my favorite gifts as well. Guys, you're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful evening. I love you. If you're listening back to this as a podcast, I hope that you have fun with it. Much love And as always, God bless.